Boom. One time, YouTube, what you are about to see is one of the greatest poker sessions in the history of online poker. And when I say that, you think I might be exaggerating, but I'm not exaggerating. This is not up there with the level of my man Mike Postle, but this is one of the greatest poker sessions in the history of poker, played by a man named StickyRice. It was 2014. This guy came out of nowhere. Twitch poker was just getting started. This guy came on there. He was one crazy fucking guy. You're going to see that in here. He played crazy. He ran up big stacks. I think the man maybe was ahead of his fucking time a little bit personally in terms of his skill, ability, knowledge. And some people didn't like the guy, but I love the guy. I actually invited him on my podcast. I said, let me have this guy on my podcast. I think I fucking scared him a little bit, right? I thought he was like a very open, crazy guy, like willing to talk about anything, like willing to take some fucking risk, get out of line with the big poppy. But I think he was a little more quiet during the interview. Of course, you know, when you're on camera, a personality comes out. You start shaking around, doing all that. You guys think I do that at fucking home when I'm not on stream? What do you think? Is this your whole role? I do. I normally do that crazy sometimes, but I'm also quiet a lot of times too. So whatever. We're going to watch this session. This guy is a fucking god of 10-20. It was 10-20, but 10-20, which was the highest stakes at the time of Bovada. Your boy was... enjoyed Bovada 10-20. I'll put it like that. Listen, you guys remember my series, Can I Win $500,000 at the Great Game on Bovada? That's on my YouTube channel right now. So we're going to watch him play. Listen, I just wanted a live stream, honestly, man. I was missing the stream. I'm like, what can I watch? Do I want to go fucking serious? Do we want to go Jungle Man? Do I want to go like, what kind of vibe do I want to go investigate some poker sites out there? Maybe doing some out of line? Nah, let me watch StickyRice play a little bit here. So we're going to watch StickyRice play a little bit here. Chris Kruk, what's up, guys? What's happening, man? What's going on? How serious did I want to get? Second video back. How serious do we really want to get? Do we really want to get into the fucking real-time solver videos coming out? All the cheating scandals happening on all the poker sites? All the allegations that might be happening out there? Do we really want to do that? Private pokers? Do we really? I don't think we want to do that quite yet. Let's dip our toe back in the water quite slowly here. Let's not cause any ripples in the poker landscape right now. The guys got a good thing going on. No one's there to call them out for their out-of-line activity. Everyone's just getting rich, damn it. Not really, but...
What else do you want? I want all C5's money.
All right, I cannot wait to watch this guy. We're going to listen to this guy talk.
Not too much.
StickyRice, the legend in the chat. I love this fucking guy, man. Shout out StickyRice.
It's like another 11 grand.
We gotta have Sticky on the pod, like a reunion pod or something like that. Sticky, you missed my intro of you, buddy. I think you're gonna like it. Let's get it, baby. Let's go.
Dog's food and other stuff.
Since he was banned, StickyRice was banned on Twitch. Yeah.
Dog costs.
Yeah. What happened with StickyRice? Something with viewbotting, something like that. I mean,
dog's food. Womp womp.
What are we gonna call the guy? Okay, it is what it is, right? I think the guy's making YouTube videos again, so I got no problem with the guy. I want to see what the guy's up to, man. I think he's been playing some poker. I think I kind of see some poker a little bit on there, too.
We're gonna start folding more hands.
Chris says, you don't strike me as a dip your toe back in the water guy. Listen, man, I've been thinking about doing some crazy content lately on my YouTube, because I've been doing a lot of research on things outside of poker. So I've been ready. I'm just deciding. But I want to stick with poker. I got to do, I'm going to do poker content next 3 months on my YouTube channel. We're going to be covering some of the high-stakes tournaments that are happening this summer with the World Poker Tour, Party Poker World Online Championships, and I'm sure I'll take a look at some of the World Series of Poker on GG Poker stuff as well, too. So we're going to be doing poker content.
Players will learn that he owns himself.
StickyRice, people always at me on Insta about your post. I appreciate you. Much love, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope the dancing career's going well. StickyRice was I don't know if he's a professional dancer, but the guy liked to fucking dance and he can move a little bit, right? Not, you know, we do a dance-off. I don't know what might happen. Me and the guy do a dance-off, right? But, you know, I got moves too. No, but he was pretty good. All right, so this guy, listen, he's got $16,000 at the table right now.
Stuck position right here at 15K.
Watch what happens, right? So everyone was targeting this guy, right? So he was playing, he was streaming his cards. Everyone was like, we got to get in the game with the guy. The guy didn't play much poker. StickyRice wasn't he's learning the game, right? But he's a gamer. He had an idea what's happening, but it's just in terms of being professional, it's a different level of play and different decisions that you're making. But don't mean you can't win, which is what's great about poker, man. So we luckily learned how to fast forward GTO through the Mike Postle stream, so we could kind of go through and take a look how he does it here. I actually don't know how he does it. So he's got queens here, got a 3-bet that. Let's see what he's going to do.
Here we go. C5 C5 doesn't want to play. C3, are you in? Who wants to play? I'm down for
Although
all
he
your
talks
guys'
to him.
spot. I'm down for $3,000 from each of you.
StickyRice, I don't dance. Just stream for China. Play at home games.
Anybody want to play?
What's that mean? Stream for
Anybody
China.
want to play? Come on, one person play. C3, I know you're in.
Landon, do I get on stream and talk NL strat? No,
Come
no,
on,
no.
C3,
We're
not
not.
C2,
We're not
fuck
going to be
out.
talking NL strategy
I mean, I'll
here.
play against both of you guys. Whatever. We're gonna
But no,
fuck
this
it.
was he had it on a
Fuck
delay,
chips right
Anthony.
now.
So when he was streaming, he had a delay on. He gets.
He raised.
Let's
Ace
see what's
king,
gonna happen
maybe?
here with Sticky. Is he gonna go all in or just
Pocket
call? I
jacks,
think he's gonna
pocket
go all
tens,
in.
Pocket kings.
I think he's gonna go all in. Don't min raise, Sticky, please. Oh no! Eh. Bolds, okay, takes it down. Let's get it. Okay.
There we go. $3,000 right there.
Let's get it. Let's do it.
Thank you. Free 500.
The bet sizings are
queens. I like it.
fold and 20. So fold 60. I mean, yeah, makes sense. Ace deuce. No. 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 Okay, this is the 3-bet. Okay. Let's get it, baby. You got an ace. I mean, what can you do? I like it.
Get it now. Oh wow.
Uh-oh, it's got 4. Oh my God, look how deep they are. No, don't call. No. No. Oh no. Okay, he's $7,000 deep against this guy in seed 5. Seed 5 checks back real quick. Sticky's got ace high. This guy could have anything. I mean, uh-oh. No. Okay, yeah. No. Yeah, okay. Oh, no. Oh, okay. This is giving me anxiety already. Ace queen. Okay, that's not bad. He's surprised he lost.
Wait.
We're already starting off here.
What does that play?
Sticky's confused how he lost.
I'm tripping. I'm too tired.
He's got $16,000. I love this guy.
Okay,
He's
since
got-
he had ace queen and I
He
had
doesn't
ace.
even know what's happening. He's already been up for about 35 hours. You know how those young kids are with their stamina, man.
Agree with poker. No bots. No predetermined. Doesn't look like he needs toe money. That's the attitude. Get it all, kid. I'm gonna feel bad when he loses it and all, and he hits his life.
3-bet, obviously call. Oh, folds. Okay. Landon, hey, Landon said he's going to sleep. Trust me, Landon, you're not going to sleep. You're gonna be wishing you were on playing Bovada. Landon right now, one of the top 2-5 winners on Bovada right now.
Easy. It's about 4% per out of.
He's anonymous seat number 6, I believe.
2% on the turn. It's a DX racer chair. RC. List everything.
Man, Sticky's got a lot of good hands here. I wish we had it from 4,000, man. What's
Got
up, Tough Spot?
everything.
Matt Levent, we're on
I got
Twitch. We're on YouTube
everything.
right now. First time. I made a video
cannot-
yesterday for the first time in a couple months. I've been deep in the research lab here. What are you going to do, Checky? Pot. No, it's not pot that one. Maybe. I mean, it could be. It could be.
Yeah.
And he calls. Uh-oh. Not a good hand. 5s, queen, 9. It's a under. It's called a counterfeit hand out there if you guys don't know. But when in, we're gonna go. Are we potting it? Are we going to overbet? We are gonna go. Oh, we're in pot. Okay.
Try to make him think like I'm trying to make him fold.
He said he's gonna make like he's trying to get him to fold. I like that.
My 5s don't count, right? My 5s don't play. I have a question. So if he has queens and 9s, does his kicker?
His kicker doesn't matter. Nope. No.
Alright, that was retarded.
No way.
Does his kicker play?
Gotta bet, Sticky. Don't check back. Yes, his kicker doesn't. No. Oh my God, this dude's a savage.
There we go. I'll push him out by that way. Okay, I have a question about that. All right, so there's 9s and queens. So since obviously my 5s don't play because there's 9s and queens, so does it go to the kicker, right? Obviously, right?
No, it doesn't. No, not to the
I
kicker.
feel like sometimes it's I don't know.
It's okay, buddy. We all learn some. We all learn. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. We all learn somehow.
True, that's on me.
We all learn somehow, brother.
They all
Okay.
have pocket 8s. What the fuck? All in. True, that's
Oh, what's he
on
gonna say?
me.
I have the whole, if not just more footage of the whole run and edited private on my channel if you want it. Oh, that would be
Fuck,
great
I
to
just want
have.
to get it all in against C5.
There's so many great moments in there. I mean, They're so
And
entertaining.
C5 wants to get it all in against me too. He feels it, man. He feels
How
it.
tilted are you when you're on stream and you watch Sticky go pot, pot, call, all in on that hand?
I can do next week.
He pots the
Well,
flop,
okay.
calls your
Why would
pot
I- that
turns,
sounds- that
and
sounds
calls your
retarded.
check
Why would I
raise,
want
and then
to
jams on you in the
Maryland
river.
this
He's
week?
got
First
pocket
of all, I already
fives.
traveled the entire U.S.
You're like, is this dude fucking kidding me or what?
Maryland is like, hey, bro, I'll fly you out to Maryland. I'll let you live in a suite, and you can, you know, just sit in your room. Like, come on, bro. Really?
Oh, I know he meant kickers in the opponent's hand. Uh-oh, 3-bet, ace-5, ace-10, pretty standard.
C2's gonna call. God, this is ridiculous how big these stakes are, man.
Uh-oh, Sticky, they're 4-betting this guy relentlessly right now. I think he's going to call. Ace-10. They're very deep here, you guys can see. $4,000 deep. Let's see what Sticky does here.
I think he has, like...
This dude is a savage. He's going to raise? No way. No way.
I think he has, like, ace-king, ace-queen, ace-jack.
He's trying to get him off ace-king, ace-queen, ace-jack. I like that.
Shut the fuck up! Don't make a hero call this time.
What do you do here with ace-king if you're this guy? I'm probably going to fold it. I get raised here. I'm probably going to fold it.
Called.
If I have a pair, I'm probably going to fold it at some point in time. $2,800. No, he's going to shove all in. This dude's a god. What do you do here? What do you do here if you got a pair over eights? Nines through queens, nines through kings. And I probably...
There we go.
He showed
That's
anything,
right.
Joe.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Takes down another pot. I don't know. I guess I'm pretty sure I mean, that's...
There we go.
Raises the
I'm
flop.
fucking getting
Can have any
ruthless
two
on these
cards.
bitches.
Shoves the turn.
Let's go.
I
Let's
mean,
get ruthless! I'm going with my fucking gut feeling. I put him on ace king, ace queen, ace jack, something like that. King queen. I'm fucking gonna play it like he has those hands.
That's what you do. So now he's up to 18.1k.
Peter time. I'm a big shot. There's no doubt. People want a dance party, dance break time. Let's do this shit. Let's all do the rump. Dun na 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 ska ska dee dee boom 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 doo 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 ska ska.
What's happening here?
Who was that? Who? He says $8. Let's go. Who said that? Dave Lord.
Luckily, we got the fast forward option. We can go to the end of hands here. Mr. Nice with the donation on YouTube. Thank you, Mr. Nice.
Thank you for money.
I don't know what that emoji is right there.
Hold on. He does next hand.
Was that a cheating program? What was that? Oh, it's a for streaming. Okay.
So we can spit full. Here you go.
Yeah,
This is for
Sticky
you.
Rice plays a big one. I'm surprised he folds ace-5 there to the raise from the middle position. That's
Donation, man.
interesting. Oh, here we go. What are we getting here? Hold on a second. I don't know
man.
what's happening right now.
Thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate you.
What are we going to see? What's happening here?
My fucking.
What is he wearing? Is that a fanny pack? Oh, it's a shirt. I don't know what's happening here. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, what's going on here? Great shirt. Him and Mike Pasta would have got along well. Oh! Oh, shit. Okay. Whoa! Oh, damn. Okay. This guy's some MDMA, man. I like it. I like it. I'm here to watch poker, but I will accept the dancing for now. StickyRice getting down. I like this. Let's get it. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, we should have. I need to just do my spirit hood days or something. I was doing the spirit hood a lot. How many? Is he dancing the whole time? I mean, this guy's got some fucking endurance right here. Okay. Wow. I'll fast forward Sticky, that way you don't gotta worry about it.
Wrong time.
That's endurance right there, honestly. This guy's killing donations. Does he have a $1,700 donation? What is going on here? $1,600? Someone gave him a donation? Dude, StickyRice should start one of those Twitch streams where people like they do in real life streaming or they perform or some crap like that. Like they do I don't know, whatever they do, right? They do some sort of performing arts on there, some sort of a bunch of shit. I don't fucking know what's happening on there, man. But I think
Shit's
StickyRice
fucking
should do
amazing. What the fuck?
just
like in awe.
should dance on there. Seeing a 3-bet 8-9. I never know what hands he's gonna play. I'd like to fast forward through hands I think are normally folds, but I never know what this guy's gonna really do. He's a very unpredictable player for sure. Mr. Nice, if I'm playing online, I've been playing online in private games. The private online poker sites are mainly what's popular. I got some gameplay coming from my 5K challenge videos where I try to start off with 500 and run it up to $5,000 at Potlam in Omaha. So I got a great series of that coming.
See what I'm doing?
See 8-9 he calls here. Makes sense.
My headset's about to die.
Flops middle pair. Don't see him getting away from it this time.
What is this, a family pot that I'm in right now?
So he knows the terminology. He knows what family pot is. Is he going to bet or check? Yeah, pot. I like that. Solver likes that. 4-way, mid-pair, backdoor, straight draw.
Yo, 700 viewers! What's up? 700 viewer hype. He's probably in a 10K pot while he's...
Okay, half pot. Gets called.
No clue why people are donating. Like, he needs
He gets
it.
check raised and he folds. Okay, that's a weird play by the C3. Check raised. That's a sick line right
It's
there.
for my donation, by the way. So why don't you pussies man up? I'm fucking done. This is too much. Roommate walks in like, dude, what the fuck?
I don't
You
even want
dancing
to talk
without me,
about
bro?
that. What are you talking
Joins in. Yo, Death Wish. Yo, Yo, Death Wish is hella funny. Yo, that was funny as fuck.
Looks like he's back in the mix, 3-betting queen 10 offsuit.
By not playing poker. Yo, I don't care, man. This is my stream.
And he gets shoved on.
What the fuck you
And he's going to fold. Okay, all right. He plays an interesting style. I like his play. Different.
This guy just went all in when I bet $200. Like, come on, man.
Plato says, when am I going to play live poker in Vegas again? I will probably play live poker in Vegas again. I don't know when. I went to play day one at Venetian. I don't know if I'm going to go back anytime soon. The coronavirus cases seem to be picking up. We're going to hope that coronavirus... what do we want to hope for? Do we want to hope coronavirus goes away? Do we think coronavirus is going away? Do you think these guys have lined up the vaccines to let the coronavirus disappear? Absolutely, there's no fucking way. The only way that they get people to use their vaccines is if things get worse, or the perception is worse. So at least the majority of people agree that they should take the virus because they want to get back to normal life, or because they want to...
When I come to poker,
I mean, never get back to normal life. Basically, everything's going to be changed by then. Habits are changed, but they want to feel some sort of safety, and it's definitely, it's going to, if that's the goal, which is what it appears to be, then we are going to see much more media. The second wave would be big. There's going to be more things that are going to take place. So I want to realistically think that's not going to happen, but all the signs are pointing in that direction.
All for you, man. All for you.
StickyRice just gave you the unlisted link on Twitter starting from 2K. Never watched it, but I would assume it's the most hype. I agree. What do you guys think? Should we go back and try to and maybe watch the first one? He started the session with 4K.
For a while. I'm gonna re-raise these fuckers on the button with 4-5 suited.
Looks like he's doing 3-bet. Oh my god, 4-5 suited, 3-bet. Flopsy open and straight flush draw. The guy's $2,300 deep. Obviously, this is a bet.
Like a 60% plus chance. We have like 14 outs, 15 outs right now. We have a flush draw, 9 outs, and then we have an open in the straight, which is 8 minus 2, which is 6 outs. So 9 plus 6, 15 outs. 15 times 4 is 15, 30, 40, 60% chance of winning this right now.
Yep, 60% chance. Nice math work right there. That was nice.
60% chance.
It was true. The guy knows. I just learned that personally. I didn't even know it was a thing. 4 times on the turn. 2. I'm kidding, but he gets called. Uh-oh. All in. Ace on the turn. $1,200 pot. Easy shove here.
So 30% chance of hitting.
Easy shove.
A little bit more than half pot.
No, okay.
900. %30 chance. All I need is a spade, a 7, or a 2. A spade, a 7, and a 2. Guys.
Trying to dance like Sticky.
A spade, a 7, or a 2. There's 9 more spades in the deck. There's 4 more sevens, and there's 4 more twos. In
Truth,
the deck.
thanks for exposing the backstem. I don't know what that even means.
9, a 7, or a 2. There's a 30% chance.
People
of hitting
saying
it
that
on
they
the
don't
river.
need backstem. I don't know what the backstem even is.
It's 1 in 3.
There's a bunch of theories out there
What's
people have. I don't
60% before
really.
the turn?
From what I've seen, vaccines do seem to be pretty GTO to
we
take
just
for
went
people.
one in there. And there's a
Oh my
spade
god, he made the
seven,
straight flush.
spade seven.
But I don't know, man. I'm
Hit
not a fucking vaccine until I play poker.
A straight flush.
I know about the poker business and the poker world. Who knows
Playing
about what's
poker, you
happening
don't
with
know
all
how
shit,
the rules
man.
of poker
We're
go.
not doctors
Take the
around
money
here.
and run far as possible.
True Shaq. Wow, that's a throwback name right there from the Twitch chat. Whatever happened with that guy, Shaq? I don't know. I think something happened. He maybe committed some sort of something. I don't remember what happened to the guy. Actually, I have no idea.
He's not gonna fold that king.
What's the play for the second wave? Hold cash. I mean, I don't know, man. I've been thinking about that a lot too. Probably try to make money, at least have some money saved up. If the move, I mean, all this stuff would take a while. It would seem like. What some of the theories are.
90 into a pot of 297. Bidding for value, my friend.
So let's see if he calls here. He gets
If I
checks
call, I
back
lose.
turn.
If I raise, it's an opportunity for him to fold.
If he proposes the idea of raising, and he's gonna raise. Okay, I did not see this coming. I did not see this coming. This is gonna be interesting. He is gonna raise. Wow, what a savage, dude. Okay. So he does raise.
I think $1,000.
What is he even? I mean, what is happening here? This guy's out of his mind. I love it.
I think he's on the king.
He thinks he's on the king.
On the
Going
king.
for a light value bet. I
I'm
mean, he
trying
might be
to-
right.
I'm trying to get him out on the king. King, king 10, king queen.
Yeah, he makes sense. The guy would probably be value betting king 10, king queen. That's a good breakdown of the hand. He might play. Obviously, you have some aces here. He's
already
gonna
made
bet
one
fold
hero
some
call
aces.
before.
He does call with ace 5. Owns him. Aye. Yeah, makes sense. He was just kind of representing nothing there on that river. I mean, when you check
expecting
back
to
to
call with ace,
raise the river,
obviously.
what are you saying? You got 2 pair, 8-6, ace-6, something like that, right? But
Alright.
which is
Don't call
believable,
us,
right? Of
poker
course, could make those
viewers.
2 pairs. Could be
Eights,
checking back the
man.
second, third, fourth pair there.
Is this real money? Yeah, this is real money. We love you, Ryan.
This is a recorded session,
Juan
Sean.
love baby. Yes, this is real money.
Hello, everyone. I'm coming directly to ask you for a favor. I love my politics.
So we were stuck at 12K for a while, and then we got stuck at 15K. We'll see if we're still stuck at 15K, if we're gonna get stuck at 17K. But we're slowly moving up.
All right, Sticky. I got the link that you sent me. Is this for? This is from the beginning, right? Do you have the rest of them?
We have a gut shot of an 8, right? 7, 8,
Let's play this session anyway. For now, it's long enough anyway.
We can take an 8.
Let me see what happens. Kind of missed it.
Stuck at 15K if we're gonna get stuck at 17K.
Opens 10 jack.
But we're slowly moving up.
Gets 3 bet.
Raises on the
Pretty easy
button.
call
Yeah.
here with the 10 jack offsuit.
I don't like you, seat 1.
Captain Bucko says the software
Shot
looks
of 8,
better
right? 7, 8, 9, 10 jack.
than it does now. I agree. The software now
Take an
looks
8, take a 10, we could take a
terrible.
jack.
The software then was pretty cool.
Backdoor flush, right? Does it still count as a backdoor flush? 10,
How do you play the
7,
anonymous
8,
sites?
4,
What do you mean,
7, 8,
Scruffy?
10, 10,
Typically, how I would adjust on anonymous sites is that
hit 10, I think
you don't really have to worry about a balance as much.
I think I'm in the clear. If I hit an 8,
You can try to figure out in general what the player pools are doing, what their tendencies are, and then build a different strategy around the different player types that you might find. That's more the strategy I know Landon and them guys use right now to play on here. But yeah, you think about poker a lot differently when it's anonymous. I mean, I played it tens of thousands of hands of anonymous poker at 1020 on here.
I'm gonna bet a little bit over because he knows.
So now he's going to overbet the 10 jack. I mean,
like to bet a little bit over. Let's see if he makes another hero call.
so this guy 3 bets, Sticky bets the
does,
turn.
that's
This
nice.
guy probably has ace high.
Let's see if he makes another hero call. I want him to call here. I don't think he has shit.
Sticky makes a good read. Says he doesn't have shit.
Win that money back.
So he's going for the value bet. 1.5x pot, 10 jack.
Twice so far doing this. He's called me twice.
See if this guy does it.
This time
So
I
Sticky
have
just showed down a pretty sick bluff.
Prepare for that ass.
It didn't make any sense,
I
so
putting him
this
on?
could certainly be
Yeah,
a spot.
I
Flush
haven't
draws.
thought that
Missed.
possible.
Oh my god, the guy shoves all in. What the hell?
Now he's shoving me. Does he have a 9?
Wow. Oh no! Oh my god!
Thank you, 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 bitch! Ah! 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 Insta fucking call. Snap call that fucking ass. Snap fucking call that ass.
That's the sickest hand I've ever seen in my entire
Coming,
life.
dot,
I
dot,
mean,
dot.
and we watched Mike Postle play. We watched Mike Postle play, and that was one of the sickest hands I've ever seen.
Me mods incoming.
He 1.5 potted the turn. Or sorry, he 1.5x potted the river after betting the turn. Snap called an all in and got and he was good. And the guy had ace queen offsuit.
Now we just gotta take C5's money and take C3's money.
He's up to 21k. Wow.
Hold on. I'll play against you C5. I haven't played against
Now he's
him in
gonna-
a long time. With a
He's gonna call an original raise with 9 deuce. He's gonna call the 3-bet. He's got notes on this guy right here, so he checks his notes. I like that. This is nice.
Alright, he wins. And me mods, you bums. Bring it on, woman.
Wow, that was a sick hand.
Your Twitch career is finished. You're gonna be done. Never dance break again. Everyone take cover if we have an incoming.
That was a shocking hand.
Yo, that's funny as fuck. I think he is watching the stream. You're playing too many hands. Your aggression is perfect, but I'm telling you, you're gonna end up caught in a bad hand for a lot of money, man. And hopefully I'll have the discipline to fold. Hopefully, Sticky, I've
That's
seen
true.
you hold good hands till full timer goes down. It's a tell. Sticky, I've seen you hold good hands till full timer goes down. It's
The
a
guy's
tell.
giving his notes right now. I
Alright.
like this.
I'll take note of it, Desire. Thank you, bro. See, that's what I like. That's what I like by like helping me. When people are like, "Dude, you're fucking stupid. You should have done this." Like that. Come on, bro. I mean, that's all right. I don't mind it, but like, I'd rather like have helpful people like Desire. He's like, "Yo,
See,
bro,
he's
that's
looking
a
for
tell,
help
man.
from
You
the
should
chat. I
switch-
like it.
Switch it up this way, or maybe you should have tried this. You know?
It's a good point. You want your chat to be
Awesome, and
supportive.
he
You don't
just
want your
busted a
chat to
100K
be.
privilege free roll with a straight flush. I was expecting him to
putting
call
down.
the ace, obviously.
Seems like a bad chat to have if your chat's just calling you an idiot. The people that are watching you are thinking that you're just a terrible idiot. I mean, I guess they watch you out
Wait,
of.
did you guys just see me lose the money? Is that what you guys
I
are
never
at?
thought about that. I don't know why. I've never watched anybody because I thought he was a terrible idiot, or because I thought he was just making a fool of himself. I guess I don't know. Maybe that's not the kind of stuff I'm into. I usually like to watch or support people that I think are smart, entertaining, have something to offer me.
Alright, C3.
Sometimes habit, right,
Ready
too,
to
as
play.
well. I listen to
C1
some
is a
podcasts
fish.
now that I just started listening to a long time ago.
Oh,
I just
yeah,
know how to have it.
I need to put a note on C1.
And I probably don't enjoy it as much as I maybe used to. So he 3-bets 7-8 here. I don't know what he I don't know why he keeps 3-betting under the gun. Like, what causes you to think that way? I don't really understand that. That's what I want to know. We're getting into the head of a new player. I mean, it's just kind of fascinating to me, right? Just the even though some people say, well, you can't really figure out somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, you
679,
can't
we
figure them out. But I
go
disagree. I
straight,
think
we
you
can
can
take a
figure them
10,
out.
and we
That's how a lot of
take a 5.
action players are. This is how a lot of fun players play. Is they do these random plays, and we sometimes wonder, like, what are they thinking? Why are they doing it? What kind of hands they do it with? And you
Take a
learn
10
a
and
lot
5.
from
I need to
watching
act faster,
play
that's
like
what
this.
I've
I mean,
been
this is a
saying.
very
He
valuable
says I
play,
take too
especially
long
if you're
when
playing against a lot of
I'm
fun
thinking.
players.
So I need to act faster on my really good hands. Okay, surely just check back the J now. Just kidding, bro.
Yeah, StickyRice getting major
Add a command
promo
since
here.
your keyboard is a
That's
Ducky
true,
Shot
Patrick.
3,
Uh-oh.
something
So
like that.
he bets a open and straight draw. They're 7K deep. He's definitely going to call here.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
They're 4K deep. Pot's 4,800. So
Here we go.
StickyRice bet
Oh,
calls
fuck.
here. I'm putting him on a
This
flush
is big
draw.
pot. He might shove.
Maybe a jack.
Huge pot. Holy shit.
Definitely not a 9.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Uh-oh. Is he going to bluff
Checked
here?
it.
So the guy checks back. 4K pot. Only way he can win is with a bet.
I might be able to push him out.
This guy most likely has a
7, 8, 9.
ace high hand.
It's a huge pot. Push somebody out.
Push him out, Stick.
$4,000 if I shove.
Don't do that. I mean, guess why not?
Shove for $4,000. The bluff of a lifetime if I do this. Here's a jack. He folds. Alright, here we go. Bluff of a lifetime. For $4 grand. $5,000. A bluff of a lifetime. For $5,000. Bluff of a lifetime.
Bluff of a lifetime.
For $5,000. Bluff of a lifetime.
Bluff of a lifetime.
I missed my open-ended straight on the flop, and this is a $5,000 bluff right here.
Is this guy thinking about calling ace high? What do you do here? You got ace high, ace king. For some reason, you raised the flop. Let's see what happens here. Is this guy gonna call or not? I don't really know what happens. The guy could have a pair. He could have a jack, maybe, right? King jack. I mean, he's probably not folding king jack here. Even though it's really deep. God, I would hate. Can you imagine playing against this guy unless you would just be infuriating unless this kind of player, someone who's aggressive and willing to make moves. Of course, when you have big hands, you know, it's kind of, it's like Christmas Day, right? But when you're not making hands, it's not very good.
Wow.
Takes it down. Nice hand. He walks around. You can't believe it himself. I mean, listen, the bluff of a lifetime. Oh my gosh, man.
Wow.
So it says, is this a session with a slow roll? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I don't know. I know there's a big slow roll session that took place, but I'm not sure if this is the one or not.
I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
This is how people play at home. I always wonder what they play. The people that aren't serious. Donners, basically, we're watching StickyRice play. New player of the game.
Right now.
He's at 1020. He's got 23,000 real dollars right now, and he started with $2,000. Okay.
I have to watch that bluff. I have to watch my fucking. I have to watch this, man. Where's the music?
What is happening this hand? This guy got back. He got backed 3-bet. The guy limped the small blind, and now he raised. What is happening here?
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
What's this guy gonna do here? I mean, so he got limp. I've never seen a limp 3-bet from the fucking small blind ever. Oh, Jay Simpson for the win. What?
6, 7, 8, 9. We have an open ended straight. We can take a 10, and we can take a 5.
What's he gonna do? Is he gonna go all in? Is he gonna min? He's gonna go all in. He's gonna call. Is he gonna fold? What's he gonna do? I have no idea.
Without what is it called?
Yeah, ball times out.
Oh my god!
Gotcha,
I was gonna re-raise there. Oh my god, that was retarded. I was looking at the fucking thing, dude, and he bluffed with A7. That was retarded.
Oh my gosh.
That was retarded.
We don't condone that word on here. This is 2014 video. We're in 2020 now. Sticky. Even back then, right? I mean, come on.
Oh my god. 8, 9,
See what happens
10,
here. Let's see what happens
8,
here.
Whoa. 8, 9, 10, jack.
Open and straight, draw small blind. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? He's gonna pot. Okay.
I'm gonna bet.
Or he's an overbet. Okay. I'm okay. This dude is crazy, bro.
Oh god, here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Now what?
Push somebody out. $4,000 if I shove.
See what happens here.
Shove for $4,000. The bluff of a lifetime if I do this.
He's watching back the other bluff.
Right, here we go. Bluff of a lifetime. For $5,000. A bluff of a lifetime.
He's enamored with watching back his bluff that he can't be bothered to pay attention to what's happening in the hand right now. I like this a lot. This is nice.
$5,000. Bluff of a lifetime.
And then he bets. Then he puts 6. Okay.
Straight on the flop.
Yeah, this was the start. This was the start of Twitch poker.
Right here. Oh my god, it's so nerve-wracking.
He gets called. Okay, river comes down. It misses.
Oh, we missed.
Let's see what happens here. He's gonna check. He just checks. Gives up. Wow. He's probably busy with the watching himself back. He can't be bothered to realize the pot's 1357.
Oh my god, he missed the flush.
But listen, I mean,
Boss
he
here.
might still win. He might still win the hand
This guy
somehow.
bad or so bad he's actually making a new era of a god.
Oh my God, he called someone said he was a god.
See, one's thinking.
I could see him winning this hand somehow if this guy bets and maybe call. I don't ever know what he's gonna do.
Wow. You know, 10 jack. I missed.
Is he gonna fold? Okay. Is he gonna? No. Okay.
Wow, nice lay down. Wow, that was so crazy.
Somebody's messaging him, bro. You are a straight G. Yo, bro, that was a sick bluff, my G. I love it.
Oh my god. Why I saw a knife for CS God. This is why
Three
he's
bets nines.
high stakes
Okay.
and you
What's
guys
up, Tom
grind
Knowles? What's happening?
micros.
Missed you, Joey. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Big balls.
I just wanted
It's a
something
hard
to stream
puppet
today,
day,
basically.
bro.
I was like,
My
oh.
butt cheeks were
Someone said I should
clenched
stream
so
this session
fucking
earlier, and I said, let's do
far.
it.
Oh my god, this is the worst fucking flop for us ever.
Turn his side down. I'll do it.
It's the worst flop for us ever.
He might rejam a bet. You never know with this guy, Jason.
7, 8, 9. I can take a 10.
So he bets the flop, gets called. Turns the blockers. You know, he's got the blockers right here, pocket nines. He's going to bet again. Bet big.
4, 5, 6 out. 6 times 2. I have a 12% chance of winning.
12%.
12% chance of winning that here. This is terrible. If he has an ace or jack, but obviously I'm putting him on.
Gets called again. River's the king. I don't know what's going to happen here. I think he's going to go all in.
God, another bluff of a lifetime.
Of a lifetime, 2 in a row. It's not good.
Bluff of a lifetime. What happened pre-flop? He raised. He has an ace or king. He's
Gives up.
ace 10. He has an ace. Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Loses to an ace.
Good check, bro. Good check.
Ace 10, bluff of a lifetime. Oh, yeah, the nut flush. Wow,
8K
that's
since the
bad.
donation. Who's donating next? Let's do this. He's leveling.
How tilted are you when you finally make the backdoor Bangkok
Slight
against this
left.
guy and
You
he
know
just
the
checks
stakes are too
back
high
there?
when you start shaking after a successful
Yeah,
flop.
listen, if you're making 2 bluff of a
Right,
lifetimes
so you're
within
random
within
viewer
like
money,
3 hands, you probably got something maybe going on
That's
with
not a
game,
bluff.
okay?
Call your man and tell him you're up, and then you guys are buying a car. We're not buying a car.
A bluff of a
guys.
lifetime.
We only have
I think
25% of what we want to buy a car.
We need this guy to come back,
okay,
man.
I need to take a moment. Check it. L. Cannon counting on his fingers. Fuck you guys. I count on my fingers, bitch. Where else do you guys count? Yes, this is real money.
Conservative fold. Is he gonna sit out? No. Okay.
Really big pop. Let's.
I love the Apostle thing. The thing we learned how to scrub YouTube past these
I
10
love great
seconds.
music. Don't like it. My image at this table. Bluffed a few times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aggressive as fuck and I've bluffed.
That's true.
Right? That's my image, right?
That's his
so
image.
let's use that to our knowledge that they know about me.
Okay.
So what do they think about me? Okay, he has the most money at the table.
Uh-huh.
He's aggressive as fuck.
Uh-huh.
He bluffs half the time, right? Bluffs half the time, and he's aggressive as fuck.
Maybe.
So, how can I use that to my advantage when I do have something really good? If I have the nuts, do I keep going aggressive and go all in since I
Yes.
have been doing that, like bluffing and aggro? It's like my normal style.
Mm-hmm. That's what.
Or do I slow play my nuts?
Mm.
Slow play my nuts. Slow play my nuts. We have a flush draw. We have a 36% chance of hitting another heart. How I come up with these odds, if you guys are wondering, there's 13 hearts in the deck. There's 2 on the flop and 2 in my hand. That means there's 9 hearts out in the deck, right?
Uh-huh.
And 9 times 4, you times it by 4, is your percentage of winning, of hitting it on the turn of the river. So 9 times 4 is 36%. The reason 4 is because there's the turn and the river. I don't know why. That's just, if there's the turn and the river, you times it by 4. If it's just the river, you times it by 2. If it's just the turn you want to see, then you times it by 2. But if you want to see both cards, you times it by 4. So I have a 36% chance.
Okay. So he flops the flush draw, pots the flop, calls the
Now
raise.
we have a 15% chance of hitting it on the river. Now you times it by 2. 9 hearts times 2, it's 18%.
You gonna come say hi to the
chance.
people?
Like about 20.
No? Okay.
I'll check it. And hope we hit the
You're
heart.
welcome.
With 20% chance. 1 in 5 chances I'll hit a heart on the
This
river.
guy's like a math professional or
Was
something.
30%
Like,
on
you're
the flop,
hurting my
and now
mind a
it's
little bit
15.
with all
Does
his
that
math
make
he's doing.
sense with like odds? Now it's 9 times 2 because there's just one card I need to see. If I were to go all in on the flop, it's 30%. It's 36%.
Oh.
God, he's betting more than half pot. Jesus.
He just insta calls. Oh,
No,
oh.
okay.
He makes the flush.
I'm just gonna.
Is he gonna? What's gonna happen? Or $2,700 pot?
I'm gonna let him bet.
Get money, dog. It's some blood and.
I'm not playing aggressive here. I'm not playing aggressive. Stop. Peter time. I'm a big shot. There's no doubt. Light a fire, then pee it out. Oh, if he has a 4 though. If he has a 4.
He's definitely calling. There's no way this guy's folding.
Can't touch me.
If he has a 4, that's a full house. Ah, fuck, man.
There's no way this guy's folding.
Ace 7 is a full house. An ace. Maybe ace king, ace queen. 2000. I'm all in.
No! What?
Wow. Nice fucking hand, dude!
Holy fuck, dude.
4,
Holy
6.
shit.
Calls for 6 suited.
Dog. What the? What do you think about that play?
Really aggressive. That's when it.
You don't know? You like it?
Nice fucking call, dude. Nice fucking bet. Nice fucking hand. That's what it was. That was a nice fucking hand. He shouldn't have even been in the hand on the flop.
What an amazing hand. Wow.
Do I start raising more? Do I raise my size?
He's talking.
My betting size? God damn.
Fuck, man. It's tough. Sticky said that's embarrassing.
Here we go. I want that.
Yeah, a little bit. It's also fucking hilarious. Okay, though, come on. It's only a game. Whatever. Who cares? That was a $4,500 pot there, guys. That was a big pot. So the guy to his left has $9,100. This is not good for our man Sticky. He's got 17K. The guy's got 9K.
Oh my god. Alright, so people are saying, what are the stakes? Anything is better than Drake. Oh, your image left a few times. Fake and...
He's in a 3-bet. While he's talking, I mean, I want to do a stream where I do this. Like, I try to go to 1020,
he is leveling himself.
cut ignition, and then I just, I try to run it up on stream, see how high I can go. I'm just going to start doing more streams like that, more challenges like that. So he calls the 4-bet. Okay, King 9.
Queen, king, ace.
Coronavirus, I trolled him so hard, asking if he was bisexual. That wasn't a troll. It was a genuine question. What are we talking about? We were talking about some stuff. He said he said something about girls and guys. I said, what do you like? Well, whatever he likes, he likes. I don't care what he likes. People in LA, they're all into some crazy shit out there, man. It's fucking normal. Whatever the guy likes, man. But LA people are just crazy fucking people, guys. Listen, man, I don't know. They just do crazy things out there. The lifestyle in LA is a little different than the lifestyle in Chicago, okay? Or it's more prevalent or more in your face. It's more free flowing out there. There's more people getting out of line. There's more people obsessed with money and showing off and status and power. And a lot of those people also enjoy indulging in more of the dark side of drugs, and I don't necessarily allow them to maybe make good decisions when they're under the influence of these things.
987, that's 36%, bro. No, I don't, coach. Can someone verify this poker calculation? I kind of went through it. 13 hearts in the deck, 4 are accounted for it, and there's 9 left. 9 times 4, which is the turn in the river, is a 36% chance.
I could listen to this guy do math all day long, honestly. I really could.
He's doing it. Raise all it. Fold.
It was a subtle troll. It was not a troll. I'm dead serious. I was being serious with the question. 100%. Why would I troll and ask that? I mean, I definitely ask some sarcastic questions, but they're funny. I think they're great questions. I wouldn't mind someone asking me the questions.
Wow.
It sounds like a troll. My girlfriend says.
Oh my god.
Oh, you think so? You think I was trolling him? I don't think I was.
Check.
I want to know. I was going to take the conversation with someone really out of line who said, yeah. I thought we were going to talk some LA stories. I got excited. I was like, oh, well, let's get into some stories. I thought this guy was willing to talk about some crazy shit or something like that. That was like 2014 interview me. I probably wouldn't bring these things up anymore.
Oh shit, I didn't even pay attention.
I'm too politically correct at this point in time.
Steve Loretti donated. Get that money, dog. Get some blue and some blow and hookers. We want a dance party run. We're all in there. Absolutely. No
Ship it. Where'd you get this
Orkison,
footage? It's on
YouTube,
YouTube, man.
And that was learn from my mistake. It's harder for me to.
Sticky said, I thought you were trolling me.
Superior hands, I can put them on. I'm
Oh
still getting
man.
better. Reways is bad. Yeah. Wow. Just lost 7K. Should have left at 23K. Remember what did I say? You're gonna get caught in a bad hand. You said I'll have the discipline forward. Well, you didn't. 7K gone. Leave now, Sinister. Well, I learned. Hopefully I learned.
Derek Reed. I
Cash
don't
out
even know.
donated
I
shit,
haven't streamed in so long. I don't even know if people even what they're
here and
watching
there.
anymore.
Shove pre-flop here and there. AK. You need to have a better
I just felt like doing a live stream basically. See what I could find. Did I feel unsafe vibes at the Venetian? I did not feel unsafe vibes at the Venetian, no. But I think I feel a lot more safer than most people do.
Anything was just called out. I was greedy as shit right there.
Yeah, Landon, this guy is $16,000. That's true. Folds A7. That's very tight. He's distracted now. You got to play focus, Sticky.
Re-raise me. He might re-raise me.
Can't be having chats with 4 people at the same time. So this guy appears to be 3-betting him a lot.
Give me a 4. Damn it. We missed. Damn it. We missed.
Let's see if he just tries to bluff this one. No, he doesn't. Okay.
He hit his king.
So he doesn't bluff the 4s. Okay. I guess he is learning at the same time too. He might raise here. Uh-oh. You don't want to light value bet against this guy sometimes because then he might just check raise you in your face and then you're put in a tough spot.
Chance with the 4s. That was another 12%
With a hand that you're maybe I should value bet, maybe I shouldn't.
12% chance of hitting the flop with the 2 or hitting a 2 on the flop. 12% chance.
12% chance. You know what's funny is I actually during a game show I was on, one of the questions was, what's the percentage, what's the odds of you hitting a set? And I just remembered StickyRice yelling 12%, and I'm pretty sure they said it was 12.8% or something like that. So they said my answer was wrong, and it was 13%.
They have an ace or king. I'm not going to bet, man.
So that was pretty unfortunate for me that I was taught incorrect math by StickyRice's stream here for flopping a set in Texas Hold'em.
Fucking A, man. This is crazy. It's an ace of hearts. Oh, it's no good.
What was my bluff of a lifetime? My bluff of a lifetime? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I have to go through all my hands.
I missed the flop. GG boys. I'm in for the long haul watching this video.
I'm not sure really. I mean, I made a lot of bluffs and played a lot of hands, but I don't know what the bluff of a lifetime was.
Money versus.
I'm sure I have some from 50, 100, 100, 200.
Double up time, man.
That's Dolce. Would you feel comfortable playing against Mike Paso on a live stream now that the case is dismissed? The case being dismissed has nothing to do with what Mike Paso was doing on a live stream, okay? The case being dismissed is completely unrelated to anything that took place on the live stream. It really made me realize how
when I was 22K,
uninformed most people are about a lot of things, because I know what happened in the Mike Paso case, and if you listen to certain people that would then talk about it afterwards, to me, they would say, oh, well, he's innocent. He was proven innocent. The jury didn't find him guilty. So it makes me realize how easy misinformation or just people's impression of the news that they read is so scattered about, because there was no jury, it didn't take place, none of that happened. So I find it interesting that I wonder, okay, well, what other genres of news or information is this same thing happening, where somebody hears something took place and they perceive it to be one way in their mind, and they go around echoing that belief without having any understanding of what's taking place. So it's quite fascinating to see that taking place in real time with this whole Mike Paso thing. So it's something I've been studying with the mainstream media and how they program people to believe the narrative that they put out there in the world, whether it's purposely or not on purpose, whether it just accidentally takes place. He's gonna give up. Okay. He gives up at the 7-8.
He's calling me a 6-4, man. He's calling me a 6-4.
He sees he's calling him light there.
Who's calling any ring?
If you could ask Mike Postle what's question, what would you ask? I would ask Mike Postle. I mean, I don't really. I already talked with Mike Postle. I don't have any questions for him that I'd like to ask him. Right? Were you using your device for something? Right? I already know the answer to that question. I've already answered that question or asked him that question. So.
Desire. I need to write that down in my head.
I don't think he plans to admit that anything happened. He's still sticking with the story that nothing happened. And
how long is the waiting list for your table?
You know, I don't know. Are we ever going to find out? I'm not sure.
Guess what you can learn from.
What ways can you find out unless you have hard proof?
I could, but if
I do have some ideas on how that could be done, and I'm pretty sure I have a way it could be done, but
that makes sense.
I don't necessarily see the purpose or reasoning for it. My goal isn't to. I'm not the police. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not the courts. So he has this whole roll on the table.
Download it. I think what people are saying it's only
he's got 867 and then he has. I'm not sure. He has 867 and then 16K on the table. So this is definitely his roll on the table right here.
11%. The donation, yo.
But yeah, with Mike Postle, right? Like, I guess the goal when I did the case, when I watched the videos, was that I wanted to find out what happened, right? So a girl asked me about it, Veronica. This guy, Mike Postle, is telling me, okay. So you got one side saying one thing, can you help me out? The other side saying it's innocent, I didn't do it.
Can't touch me.
So I just tried to do my due diligence, watch through it, get to the bottom of it, figure out what happened. This is going to be a funny hand. I'll get back to that in a second. So he calls a 4-bet.
Yes!
Flops bottom set here. Okay.
$500. Let's go.
Let's see what happens here.
Yes, now he's betting.
So they're $4,000 deep. They're very deep right now. 4,000,
right? This is a wet board.
Board's wet. Okay.
This is a very wet board. Well, not when he's re-raising me pre-flop. He probably has an overpair, right?
That's true.
I'll just call. Since he's first to act.
Very good card.
Now I have a boat.
All the draws missed. Still going to call with the 9. If you got to overpair you're liking things right now. Got to bet. No, don't check. No. Okay. Got to bet for value. I think this guy would bet an overpair if he had it, though. Even though they are pretty deep, might be playing some pot control. But I would imagine this guy would be betting if he had an overpair. So he certainly could check call here with ace high. I mean, maybe. Pretty good card on the river. Flush draws all miss.
Bet to bet. Shove all in. Scare me.
He guy shoves all in. No way. Oh my God! The guy makes the straight on the river.
Yes!
Oh my God!
Yeah! Let's fucking go! Oh my God!
So that guy 4-bet 10-8 of spades, flopped opening a straight draw, flush draw,
talking about.
rivered the straight, shoved all in.
Suited?
Sticky's got the full house, takes down a $10,000 pot. Definitely a downside of 4-betting the 8-10 or whatever.
We need a mod in here. We need a mod in here. If you guys want to apply for mod, exclamation point apply. 10-8 suited. He had a flush.
Wow, that's a sick hand.
Times $200 pot. They're calling.
Yeah, the Mike Postle thing. After the Postle case being dismissed, do you feel like all your hours of investigating work went to nothing? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, in retrospect, right? It was. I wouldn't do it again, basically, right? Because what happened there was that I did a bunch of those hours, and what really happens at that point in time, right? So people now, they're convinced he did cheat because they saw him play so many times on the stream, and they saw all these hands that he played. Because I went, would I've dedicated a month of my life to it? Absolutely not, right? Like, what was the point ultimately? The point was, okay, he says he's innocent. Veronica says the guy did it. Seems to be an interesting case. Like, if this guy's cheating on a live stream, he has access to the whole cards. Like, clearly this is happening more places than just this, right? Because it's very easy to do. So if it's an issue, then we should really address this issue as a community. And in my mind, I thought, okay, it's pretty clear this guy's doing something right. We're going to find out. We're going to be able to get to the truth about it. But really, it's not how it works, and we're not able to get to anything. We don't know any better now. We still he said, she said. Right? How do you get to the bottom of something, and how do you find out the truth of something?
C3. So C3 just typed in the chat. He's
right.
like, oh my God,
can you prove it with statistics? Can you prove it with only by some sort of evidence through text messaging or through communicating on the party side? or through old
C3
data
said he felt
in a
cheated when I
phone,
won
right?
the
How do you
vote,
really
and then
prove
he
it unless you
he
have
just won
access
with
to the
ace
cameras
queen
in the
versus
back,
pocket
which
queens
Stones
with
Live
an
has
ace on the
access
flop.
to, unless you have access to the
Like,
phone
really?
records, which
And
we don't
I was
have
like, "Do you still
access
feel cheated?"
to,
He's like, yeah.
unless you have access to some sort of confession from an insider, which
Feeding
we don't
off
have
your
access
viewers' energy
to.
right now. 700 people
Right?
watching. You feel
We can
like
only
a
do so
god. I've
much
been
as
there. I know the
a
feeling. These
amateur
people don't care
investigator
about
and
you,
something
homie.
like
They
that when
just
you're looking
wanna
around
see
these
the
things.
action, take your money, enjoy yourself.
So,
Use this as your bankroll and build yourself a legacy, bro.
so I
You're
mean,
the
yeah,
man,
was
man.
it entertaining
Be better.
content? Yes.
And no,
Was
what
did
do you
it
call
do
it?
much?
Yo,
Maybe.
Sinister,
Maybe it cleaned up some
I
streams
love
out there
you
that
so
would have
much,
run a
man.
line.
I love you so much.
Is Mike Postle off the hook? I don't think so. You never know what could happen with criminal. I don't know much about how the civil stuff works in terms of if someone else could do something, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
A lot of pressure.
I thought I would end up being something different than it was. Just like I have an ACR, right? I made the videos in ACR. They eventually cleaned up their site over the next 2 years. They're still cleaning it up now. They put more of an effort in to stop bots, to stop the out-of-line activity, more effort than they would have put in previously. They refunded players over $1 million. So there are good things that do happen from these investigations, and hopefully something happens positive from the Mike Postle investigation, and that you put a stop to the out-of-line activity that's taken place out there at scale in the private online and public, the private live game world, and I'm sure the public live world too. But also, I put a lot of people on how to cheat at poker and get away with it, and I'm sure now more people got the idea. Well, that seemed pretty easy. Well, I'm gonna do it too.
Run away home, no man.
So you might have done, you know, it might have been bringing awareness to the issue, and now more people are aware of it. But you know, what did it really do? This guy's fucking a madman. He's just relaying this guy relentlessly now.
How do you feel about that? CC5 still calls me, man.
Seed 5 is really deep. He's gonna want to be playing a lot of hands.
I missed. I gotta fold.
Yeah, the whole Mike Postle case. I mean, I learned a lot about law through it. I learned a lot about the how these cases work.
I'm not gonna try to outbluff these two fucking donkeys.
Obviously, you're not an expert in a situation like that, but it gives you a better idea of, okay, well, it's not really, like, it's mainly the arguments that you make to the judge and the way that you handle the lawsuit and the way that you go upon proceeding and what you include in the lawsuit and the research you do before the lawsuit. So there's a lot of other variables that go into it then I think that we think about from the outside. We think, okay, it's clear, like, look, open your fucking eyes, right? But it doesn't really work that way. And which, obviously, people more educated were saying that a long way. It was like, you don't necessarily have proof, right? If these people, and I'm not the fucking lawyers, right? I would have thought lawyers would know this. They would know that there was some previous case and that there was some previous, like they use these former old cases to say, okay, well, this happened in 1800s, 1900s, so that means this has precedent now. You know what I mean? It's very strange how it works, but you would think that going into that, you would know that, or you'd understand that at least. And
our 3 bets bigger.
You know what I mean?
4 betting. Do you think I should change my?
So it just seems like that the lawyer side for I mean on like the player side, right? Like he wanted to just look like the evidence was overwhelmingly against Mike Postle, and he was like, okay, let me get in there, right? Let's try to get some money from my clients here. $30 million seems insane, but I don't know how these lawsuits. It seems crazy, right? How much did the guy really win? Do we even know how much he won? So you say the guy got to pay $10 million in damages. I mean, that seems a little excessive to me, but what it appears to be how this works is they hope for some sort of settlement. The evidence is so overwhelming that they say, all right, we're going to settle with you. But these guys decided, no, we're not going to settle with you. We're going to do our research. We're going to cite this case. We're going to say there is no evidence here. And whether there was some sort of statistical evidence that was going to be discussed in the discovery process when they go over each evidence and they go over each side's argument and then they go back and forth on those topics, we don't know. But the motion to dismiss hearing, you make an argument, the other side makes an argument, the judge doesn't know a ton about the case. We watched the case for hundreds of hours. The judge doesn't know the case, he's even on video. So you have a less than 5-10 minutes to make an argument and go back and forth to convince the judge that, hey, you should hear this case and it's serious and it matters. And if you fuck that up, then this is what happens. Now nothing can happen. Now we don't know.
But we're going to do a little bit more. We're going to do 300. So we're re-raising a bit more.
It's interesting. Let's see, pocket sevens here.
And we missed.
Sticky 3 bets. He's probably going to bet again here. The guy loves continuation betting, that's for sure.
I'm gonna bet a little bit more than. I'm gonna bet more than half pot, almost pot size. It's like 3/4.
Takes it down.
There we go. Nice.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna be doing
There we go. Now we're starting
Poker
to play
Masters
a little bit smarter.
on Poker
I need
Go.
to get better at putting people on hands, cause like
That's true, he does sticky.
when I
Break it down.
when the dude had the straight and I had the boat, I didn't know what the fuck he had. Like I didn't even think that he would have like 8-10, and that's unfortunate for myself.
That's true. I mean, he's
Always
doing
see
well
him
for a
at
beginner, man.
15K on Bovada.
This is Sticky
Since
says
there
one of his
wants
first
that
days playing
breakthrough,
right here.
They are going to call with anything. Try to flop big. Try. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Another
But I
flop
think
there.
what's happening
We're
with
just gonna raise the
cheating and
minimum. We're not
poker
gonna change our
autoline
raising
activity
size,
is
though.
like,
We're just gonna change
what
our-
is
our
the incentive
re-raise.
for people that are involved in this to come out and let other people know? Like with the whole Jungle Man thing that took place, you know what I mean? Like, what ultimately happened in that? Nothing really happens in these situations. Jungle Man's still going to play high-stakes games. Perkins is still going to play high-stakes games. Whoever was letting someone else play on his account is still going to let other people play on his account, most likely, right? Like,
Nice hand, man. We missed the 10.
assuming if he's a fish, I don't know who the guy is, never heard of the guy before, but if he's a fish, he can get in games. He's still going to be able to get in games. If you're a fun player, it doesn't matter what you do, you can still get in games. All you got to do is find 5 people that don't know any better or don't care.
Raise more, you guys think? 5 minutes like.
So it's like, what is the incentive? Because there's a lot of crazy stuff happening out there that none of y'all know about. I'm sure you guys could have some hypotheses about what might be taking place, but any scheme that you can think up is most likely taking place somewhere in some capacity, whether it's at a visible place or not a visible place. And that just is what it is. There's always that risk involved, and it's always been that way in poker. I think people assume that it's some like
I'm not good enough to teach.
very clean
I'm
and
still a beginner,
the
guys.
best
I
player
just started
wins
playing,
environment
like,
and everyone
the
can
past,
compete
2 months.
fairly. Like, it's not how it works at all.
Past 2 months, and
Maybe it
I
works that
studied a
way on
lot.
Poker
I
Stars,
obviously
but
haven't studied enough 'cause I have a lot- I
when
made
there's
a
no
lot of
regulations or
mistakes.
rules
I
in
made
place in
around,
terms
like,
of what could
15
take place,
grand- no, I made
and
around, like,
if
10
an
grand
operator
with
decides
mistakes
they
in
want
this
to
game
run their
alone.
show their own way, they want to ban
It could
winning
be up
players, they
another
want to
10
do all these
grand.
things, then there's
I
nothing
made
that
10
you
grand
can
with
do.
mistakes. So I'm trying to,
I can either
pick up
go
all
to
my
a new
mistakes
ecosystem,
quickly,
make a complaint about it, hope for something to
patch
change,
them up.
but why would it change? There's no rules in the
I made
situation.
a big mistake when I had the flush and he had the boat, and I re-raised him. That
Will
was a
H says saying you wouldn't do it again on
call.
stream
There's
is
no
short-sighted
reason
and
for me to
perhaps even a bit
re-raise them.
selfish. It gave
Only
you
thing
tremendous
that calls
publicity, and who
me
knows how many new
something
followers,
needs-
subs,
I need to
donations.
start- I need to get
I
better
mean,
at
I don't give a fuck about that
putting
stuff
hands
really,
on shit.
so it doesn't matter. It's probably
Dog,
it kind of ruined my whole
raised
entire
1K every
mindset
hand,
for
so
about
they
6
won't call
months.
you
So
trash. That's what Janek says.
so no, I don't care about it. That stuff's easy to get. If you really want to get attention, it's very easy to get attention. If you really want to get people to watch your stuff, you just put more time into it. You come up with ideas that are going to get the attention. You do challenges. You do things that are going to say, hey, let me look at you. Let me pay attention to you. It's very easy to get attention, whether you want it positively or whether you want it negatively. Positively, you might need to work a little bit harder and do something a little bit more extreme that stands out, so then people say, oh, look at that guy. He's worthy of me showing him attention, or he made a good joke, or he made a good piece of content. But,
I want to give him money to play with. So.
right, so if you say, well, that was good, yeah, it
enough
was,
money for myself.
sure it is, but you can do a lot of things that are good for attention that'll get you these things that aren't good for your mental health, or something that you look at in the past in retrospect and say, oh, that was a good decision or not.
Way smarter than me. He plays at whatever stakes 10K gets 3-5 or bet re-raising. Much.
Yeah, I think StickyRice probably is a lot better now too. He's got to be a lot better. You can tell he's thinking about the hands. He's not just mindlessly playing and not really thinking about what's taking place.
Where's that command? Nightbot, where are you? You know, but it ends
What's that car?
But I want and have get now play.
Nothing interesting taking place here. StickyRice still at 22K. He's killing it right now. All right, he loves 3-betting these under the gun. See if we can predict what he does now. Now we got to read on the guy. He likes the ace X's, and he for some reason he's doing random bet sizes now in 3-bets. I'm not sure what he's doing. Vault Dweller Nick, maybe you're in on 2. What do you think I'm in on, Vault Dweller Nick? What do you think?
Let me get rid of this song. What is this music?
What do you think, Nick?
Let's go back to this.
JC Joey, did that guy that discoed with the Bet Online jackpot end up getting anything? I don't know. We're going to find out. He said that he got money sent to him. I don't know if he cashed out. I haven't kept up with it or not. I got to make a video about that actually too. I was going to make a video about it, but the world kind of went a little wild there with the protests and with the rioting and with the coverage and with the issues being discussed. And Those issues are still very important out there in the world to many people.
This is GT.
A lot of things that you could potentially be concerned about right now in the world,
How
guys.
it feel to be a fish.
Very hard to be mentally unhealthy with what you're doing in
This
the
guy's not
process
good. He
as
should
well
not be
too in
making
that time.
mistakes. Agreed, man. Agreed. Don't make his taxable.
Maybe I'm in on it. The
expense
Postle
is so
scam.
much. He'd be smart.
Maybe I'm in on that. I mean, what would be my role here? That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? If I was in on a Postle scam, I got them. What would be the role? But yeah, the Bet Online jackpot thing. I helped a guy get paid I just brought attention to the situation. I mean, it's all real fucked up. It's kind of crazy because a guy hit a jackpot on Bet Online, and once he hit the jackpot on the turn, he made won the bad beat jackpot. So he had a straight flush, the other guy had quads. And when the guy hit the straight flush on the turn, he faced a bet after he called a flop bet, and then the turn bet, he disconnected. The software, he says, wouldn't let him hit call. So he emailed them and said, hey, I got the jackpot. The guy showed down pocket kings. I've got a straight flush. It was like $200-some-thousand, and they said we're not going to do anything about it. So he was messaging me a lot. He was posted on 2+2, asking people what they should do. All I did was I made a post about it on Twitter. I said, what do you guys think about this? I mean, it seems like the guy should win the bad beat jackpot. I mean, but it's not my rules to make, but it would seem like this guy would get paid out. He had a bad beat jackpot. It got shown down. Something happened, whether the software fucked up on his end or the software fucked up on the other end, but it's clear he wasn't going to fold the hand on the turn, and they awarded him the bad beat jackpot.
They're not going to call, though.
So whether if I make a tweet about it or not, if it gets to that point, I don't know. It's kind of weird with things like that because something can happen that does seem to be like the only way that a business is going to say, yeah, we're going to honor that is if it gets enough coverage and enough people get outraged. And sometimes the person that's in charge of making the decisions never actually finds out about the decision. So if you're the guy that's in charge of Bet Online, who's in charge of the parent company potentially who can make that decision, you might not even ever get the message because a customer service rep might send it to the manager, and the manager's like, we're not going to pay. But it never goes up the chain of command in terms of who can actually say, hey, you know, when you're the owner of the company, you can make decisions like, yeah, I'll do what I want to do here, right? So if it never gets up that far in a big corporation, which Bet Online, I would imagine it's a bigger business, right? Whether the CEO sees everything on a daily basis or not, I'm not sure. Whether the CEO can make a decision like that, or the investors who are investing in the company who potentially have some sort of say in the decisions, right? Like,
it's good to be reckless with your bankroll when you're young and don't have a lot of responsibility. It's no big deal to rebuild a 25K roll. Be crazy now and you won't have the urge to do it when you roll is much bigger and harder to rebuild. That's also a point. You've been really, really lucky at this table, but you are nowhere near the skill of these other players. Think of your mom and take the money off the table. I could, man.
But when you talk about like scandals, someone said the Ultimate Bet scandal was worse. I mean, it was the Ultimate Bet scandal is way worse. The Ultimate Bet scandal, when I researched that, made me like want to quit poker forever because it's just crazy. I mean, it's very disheartening to watch that take place.
I'm gonna re-raise at 350 now. See how they do with that.
StickyRice is going to re-raise here with 9-10 suited.
They call 300, but they fold to 350.
Takes it down. Now he's making a bigger raise to 100. I like this. Okay, 100 with Jack 10 offsuit.
Cash out, re-enter, and make another 20.
Flops middle pair. It's a pretty good hand.
10. Ace is probably not good. This is a very moist board.
Now he's thinking about betting pot or half pot.
Jack 10.
Yeah, guys, I'm just trying to figure out what content I want to do here in the future because I've been playing, right? Like, what are my goals? Are my goals to build a business in poker? If my goals are to build a business in poker or make money through my poker audience, then I'm going to do more poker content. And that's the way that I'm leaning towards right now. But poker world's kind of going on a decline in terms of people being interested in it because the marketing's pretty poor. The content that people are putting out there, they're not able to hit a very large audience or get the community talking, and then it seems like community morale's down a lot right now. Also, other issues in the world, the coronavirus, and with all the other movements going on right now, I think that people are just realizing, like during coronavirus, like, hey, maybe I don't want to be as interested in. Took it down. Maybe I don't want to be as interested in a game, right? Like maybe I don't care as much about sports, and maybe I don't care as much about playing poker for fun. Maybe I care more about spending time with my family, or I care more about my health. And then, of course, the equality issue came up, Black Lives Matter, and then you start thinking about the class equality, and you think about race equality, and you think about all the inequalities that are taking place out there right now. And it's very easy to say, I don't give a fuck about anything else anymore. Like, I want to make a difference to these issues in any way that I can.
Absolute nuts.
So I think that when that takes place, then people, right, like they maybe some people, I don't know how many, it seems like I know people, a lot of people that thought that way. I've been thinking a lot that way too. I said, well, fuck, man, is poker really that important when all these other things are going on out there? But all I do is research a lot of human rights issues going on around the world. So I understand that the media is the one who is able to push what movements we should care about, because there's some crazy shit happening out there, man. With slavery, with human rights issues, with in China, in South America, in Africa, in the Middle East. So there's a lot of issues that you can care about. I mean, climate change, right? The ocean being disgusting. There's all these different things you could say, okay, I care about these issues. But oftentimes you aren't really going to think about them until people tell you it's important for you to care about them. StickyRice with the nut flush here. Right, Ryan says you gotta be able to take care of yourself, to be able to take care of others. I agree. Right, if your mindset's in a fucked up place, you're not gonna be able to help anybody else out.
Thank you.
StickyRice owns the guy again. I love the fire right here, man. That was pretty normal hand.
Let's find out what he had. Good thing another queen came. There we go. There we go.
Killing it. Francie Kid, look what chess are doing. They need to take a page out of their book. Yeah, it seems like chess is doing a really good job of, but their best players care. The best players in poker don't really care anymore, right? The people who are popular in poker right now aren't the best players. It's the people who are trying to be popular. Whereas the best players, they don't care. I think they do care about getting recognition, but they're not going to seek it out themselves, or they're not going to create the content themselves. Whereas in chess, people say, okay, I don't mind showing my play because you see my play anyway, so I don't mind showing it to you. They're not really giving anything extra away sometimes. Maybe they talk some strategy, but they seem to be more okay with that in chess. And they put on these contests that appear to be funded by sponsors versus we're buying in for 10K and we're all playing for 100K. Now we're putting up 200K. You got to put up nothing, so the perception is, well, I'm not risking anything. I only can win here. So it seems to be a different model that chess is using versus what poker is using. Much different. Just the structures line up differently. Structures of payment, structures of thought, the way that the culture thinks, the way the community thinks about things.
C5 and C3 leaves. C5 is an objective at this point. 21K.
Negreanu puts out World Series poker vlogs for the grade of the game. Yeah, I mean, he definitely does, right? He wants to stay relevant. He wants attention on him still. He makes a lot of money from being a known poker entity. He gets a lot of opportunity in his life. He gets to, right, his opinion matters more to people if they perceive him to be a successful poker player. So Negreanu has a ton of incentive to continue to, plus he enjoys it seems like, right? For you to be famous or be known at that scale, you have to really want to be known at that scale, because it takes a lot of effort and a lot of communication with your fans and a lot of thought in terms of how you're crafting your attention-based strategy. So you at least have some concept in your mind of what you're doing, why you're doing it, and I'm sure you censor yourself accordingly.
Find a way to do something different.
Crazy Man, is he only perceived as a successful poker player? Well, what else could Daniel Negreanu be perceived as? He's entertaining and he's a poker player and he's had success at poker. Poker players are known for being successful at poker, and it might be assumed that that person's then smarter than the average person because they're good at poker, and maybe they said some things that you find yourself agreeing with more, whereas if your cousin said it to you, you wouldn't agree with them because you don't have the same respect for their accomplishments. So I think anytime somebody's successful, a lot of people are going to look at that successful person and assume that they have a better idea of what they're speaking about. When in reality, I don't believe that to be true. And also these days, it's easily you can just copy anyone else that says something. So if I want to build a marketing strategy that's going to promote myself, I can go through what smart people are saying and put it in my words and say different things and rearrange the words. It's very easy to put on a false perception about who you are just through the written word. Whereas Negreanu does speak a lot verbally as well too, so we've got a chance to see, okay, well, he feels the same way about these issues in terms of politics, in terms of poker, and in terms of other people in the community. So Daniel seems to be someone who speaks his mind on things, and I think so people like him. He's not afraid to tell you his beliefs and his opinions on different issues. Some people have a problem with that because they don't agree with his issues, but other people, I'm sure, love that about him too. It gives them some reason to connect with him, even though it's say, okay, well, he thinks like I do, whether you might not think like he does, but plenty of people out there are going to have beliefs like Daniel does because there's billions of people in the world.
No, it's dance break.
Crazy Man said, it sounded like you were implying he's not actually successful. I mean, what, like, it depends on your definition of success.
Half pot.
If you count being known as one of the top players of all time in a competitive-based game, then yes, he's very successful. If you could talk about his ability to gain attention and know how to keep attention that he has, then he's very successful. We don't really know much else about the guy, right? We don't know anything else about. We know some of his thoughts. We know some of that. We don't really know him. I don't really know who he is. So everyone has different definitions of what they view as success.
See what I mean? Was that versus seat 1?
StickyRice killing it, 25K, man.
That was seat 1, right? Or was that seat 2? That was seat 2, right?
Yeah, Yancey says about lung cancer and stuff like that, right? I mean, people seem to die a lot from these diseases that result from natural happenings in the world, or right? Whether they happen naturally, they happen through our food, they happen through the content we intake, or what we put into our body or our minds, right? Who really knows? Who knows about that kind of stuff? Zetterberg, what's happening, man? What's happening? But yeah, basically, you would think that an issue where more people die from would be more important to get out there and say this is unhealthy to do versus a virus, which is what one argument makes. I mean, you know, I don't really necessarily have much thought on that argument there. I don't really care as much about a lot of these things. People like debating these things back and forth indefinitely in terms of what's worse, what's better, what should we focus on, what's this, what's that. And I can't pretend to be knowledgeable enough to even have an understanding of what should be the main focus about what the biggest issue is for people to figure out. I can do that in poker world, luckily, but certainly not the world at large where billions of people are paying attention. He 4-bets here. Okay, that makes sense. Mr. Nice Joe, could I join your private game online? Would love to play against you. I don't really have a private game where I'm playing with people in, but maybe I will at some point in time.
If he didn't have a heart, I need to play on Bovada.
So he gets called here after he 4-bets.
Jack, queen. We have a gut shot for a king. We also have.
We're gonna see what happens here.
That's it.
He doesn't see that. Wow. Okay.
If he doesn't have a.
What's up, Andy B? What's going on?
But he called.
What's happening?
Wait, how much did he call me on the flop before you? I think we bet I bet 100.
StickyRice 4-bets here.
Yeah, I bet 100. On the flop with the ace something. 600.
Let's see if he goes for the check raise here. Pulls one of his maneuvers.
Right? Let's say he has the ace. He's only have 4 outs, right? Which is the king. Not enough outs. Just gonna assume he has the king. You have that 600. Just take 25K.
Gives it up. Nice hand, nice hand.
Fuck up if you get tired. Alright, pocket jacks, here we go.
Yeah, they definitely don't make them entertaining. I've been watching a lot of Twitch lately, and
Before Bovada gets shut down.
they definitely don't make them like StickyRice anymore, I'll tell you that. This guy was in a league of his own, is entertaining. I mean, what do you guys think about Twitch streamers right now, for you guys that watch it? You know, it's kind of interesting. Got Lex out there. I mean, PokerStar is really putting a lot of money behind these guys.
Here comes the action, boys. I'm giving you
And they're also working hard accordingly. So you got Lex, who's leading the charge. I mean, I think he's a great personality. He's good enough at the game to. I mean, he's got the workout. The guy's got all the talents, right? And he's got all the abilities to be. I'd be curious to see. I think Lex could be one of like the top players if he wasn't streaming. Just because streaming takes so much out of you. If he was spending more time on studying, because we talked about that a little bit, and talking with the other top players and also working with the tools, I mean, he's got the work ethic to be as good or as he wants to be at anything. And he's got the intelligence to do it.
That's what I'm scared about.
But he's deciding to do the streaming route right now, which I think's great for poker because he's a great personality. I would think poker stars would maybe market him a little bit more in terms of more creative ideas and trying to get him a little bit more known as a in like the Negroni, like a more mainstream known. Because I mean, we could say, right, you look at these other gamers from Fortnite and you look at these other gamers from different games, like this Lex is way fucking more entertaining than these dudes are, man. So in terms of like an overall personality, I think Lex is right up there with one of the more entertaining personalities that streams. So now it's just about, okay, well, how do you, is he going to raise her? Holy fuck, dude. This dude's a psycho. He's min-raising with force here. Wow. They're 7K deep right now, 8K deep right now. Let's see what happens, see what happens, see what happens. He gets re-raised, okay. He's going to call, okay. Okay. The guy checks. The pot's 6K, checks back, okay. This guy definitely has nothing, right? Yeah, he doesn't have anything. He would have bet the turn. Sticky, show it down and win.
Does he have an overpair?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's already a $6,000 pot, man. He could have pocket aces, pocket kings. Why would he
Uh-oh.
check on the turn with a $6,000 pot?
Just check it back. Oh, no, is he going to bet for value?
Do I shove?
Is he going to bet for value? No, he's not betting for value.
Do I shove here?
Don't do it, Stick. I mean, maybe he gets... does he get called ever by... does he ever get called by Ace High? What's up, Michael Tomney? What's happening? Is he going to bet for value?
Why would he check? Why would he check?
He does bet. 3,300.
Why would he check?
Called. Oh!
Yes!
Oh my god, this dude's a god. Holy shit, dude.
Yes!
Sick hand.
Yes!
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow. He's got like turbo 3-bets on. He's 3-bet under the gun like about 100 times this session. This is crazy. This is crazy hand. I mean, what the hell is happening here? Darth Nizzle, I want to talk about this. The problem is people care less and less about high stakes poker. I don't think that's true. I think that, I thought about this a lot. I don't think that's true. I just think that they're much more exposed to low stakes poker. Therefore, they have come to enjoy low stakes poker because they have the opportunity and they're able to connect with the actual players through the streaming and through the vlogs. But I think that if somebody was vlogging high stakes poker regularly or streaming high stakes poker regularly with some type of personality who was trying to get well known, because these guys are trying to grow their stream and they're trying to get well known. If you're just streaming poker, but your goal isn't really, I want to get well known, or your goal, you're creating poker content, your goal is, I want to get well known.
What did he have? I need to find out what he had.
It's going to be hard for you to get well known unless somebody else is promoting you or pushing you. So all the people that are known right now in poker are mainly trying to promote themselves. There is no one that's known in poker right now that was not aided by somebody else pushing them. So Phil Ivey and Negrano and Tom Dwan and these guys, they were pushed by ESPN and by Full Tilt Poker, by Poker Stars, through all of this other content. Whereas now the high stakes players, they might show up on Poker Go, but people aren't watching Poker Go that much. Whereas in the past, they were watching these ESPN shows and high stakes poker shows. So you have to see the best players in these 6 to 8 hour streams, and just many people aren't watching that. And you don't really ever get a chance to find out who these players are. I don't even know who these guys are. I've been in poker for 12 plus years. So if I don't know who they are, there's very rare chance that a lot of people are going to know who they are enough to be interested in it. So the type of content being geared towards high stakes poker right now isn't necessarily that that it's just not that prevalent out there. And Triton Poker does a little bit, and now those people are going to start getting a name for themselves. But right now, there seems to be multiple different audiences of poker fans. You have people that like streams. You have people that watch vlogs. You have people that might watch a little bit of everything. And they don't even like streams or vlogs. They say, I don't like streams, I don't like vlogs. But there appears to be different communities right now. And if you can capture that attention, which is a challenge because it'd be tough for it to be a non-player right now, because you just need to get these players together. You need to create the right content. You need to push it out there, which is kind of what Poker Central is trying to do. Poker Central is trying to be a content creator as a brand. Triton Poker is trying to be a content creator as a brand. The vloggers are content creators on a personal brand level. These are more corporate brand levels.
15K or 8K.
So they can still do it, but it's a lot harder to do because you have to get the right people and you have to make the right content. There's a lot more structure you got to work out in that situation if you're Poker Go. If you're Triton Poker. Now Triton Poker, if they can't put on live games, they can't make content. If they can't get the right players, maybe the people won't watch it.
Oh my god, I'm so nervous.
Whereas if you're Brad Owen, you can make a vlog as much as you want to make a vlog. You don't need to worry about anything else taking place. You just need a place to go play poker online or live.
I played it and I'm still nervous. Stop, you're killing me. Only way to win is fair.
Yeah, poker should be straight booming. I mean, it should be in theory, but I'm telling you, the marketing is so bad. Like, the marketing's bad, it really is. There's no real central marketing entity that brings all of poker together, and the most well-known players don't really like poker. Like, they barely talk about it. They're not really advocates for the game. They kind of seem to be uninterested themselves. They all quit. So if you see all the top players just kind of fading away, quitting, then you as a poker fan say, well, if they don't care, why am I going to care about it? So if the most well-known players aren't necessarily playing that much and don't seem to enjoy themselves, well, why would you enjoy it as someone that's watching? And that's why I think when the vloggers do vlog, and they've also figured out how to do optimally on YouTube, which is a big part of things as well, because you can be an entertaining personality and you can be someone that people will be interested in, but if you don't know how to optimize your content for the platform that you're on, you're not going to have success with it. Success in terms of being able to build a business from the audience that you've created, or success in terms of a number of people watching, or whatever metric you want to use for success. You have to understand the platform that you're on. So if you're on Twitter, you have to understand, okay, well, if I want to grow my Twitter brand, what's the optimal strategy for potentially doing that? And I think the vloggers, I mean, they, you know, without giving too much away about what they do or why it's successful, I mean, I think they were first to market, and they use a really, really good strategy, man. Plus, I think they're nice people. They're entertaining. They get along. They're easy to get along with. They're relatable as well, too.
We're not leaving until seat 5, seat 3.
I really enjoy watching their content. I think it's great.
Until I get all these players' money, every player that has a little blue note on them, until I get all their fucking money.
Yeah, Raiden said it. Doug Polk quitting really made me think about if I still want to care about poker or not. A guy with such talent just walking away, it makes you think. I mean, yeah, Doug Polk, you know, that's an example where they just got rid of his game. So he's a heads-up player. That's what he's great in. He probably could have gone upon it a little differently. In retrospect, just putting on more challenges and maybe doing more things like that. But I think that, yeah, his game type was taken away, and he didn't like playing full ring. So if the game that you play isn't available to play, you're going to lose interest in poker. And then I think he had a lot of success in content. He sort of thought he reached the ceiling. He couldn't go any higher in terms of his brand or in terms of how many people were watching his stuff. So, plus he made a lot of money from crypto, made a lot of money from training, made a lot of money in other ways. So if your goal is to make money and you realize, okay, my business has reached its peak, I can't really make much more money through my business, and I don't really have the interest in making that much more money. If it means I need to keep talking about this thing I don't enjoy that much, then you're going to quit. So it's disheartening for me, because that was kind of the guy I talked a lot of ideas with, and I fed a lot off of his energy, whether it's positive or negative. So if he's not into it, right, for me, it's like, you know, now I got to find other people that are interested in making content, right? So the vloggers right now, they're making content, but who knows if live poker is going to be there. So now me, as someone in my position, I got to say, well, I got to find other people that like poker, because if I'm only talking to people that don't like poker, I'm probably going to not like poker too. See, Sticky here calls 4-bet with pocket sevens. But yeah, Doug was also felt really disrespected by poker too. right? I mean, he thought he was doing a... Think about it, right? If you think you're doing a service for poker, you think you're calling out the cheaters, you think you're calling out the scummy people that you perceive as be scummy and taking advantage of you, and everyone's like, yeah, like, we get it, but you're a fucking asshole, and we don't like the way you did it. Then you're going to... Uh-oh, pocket sevens, all in. Against queens. This guy check shove queens. What a savage. Oh, my God!
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Oh, my God.
I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I win. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I just got lucky as fuck.
Oh, my God.
I was lucky as fuck there. I didn't realize I didn't realize he had only $2,000, which was like his whole bankroll, which is why he shoved all in. Oh my God. Oh.
Wow.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's a sick hand. But yeah, talking about Doug, right? Of course, he felt disrespected by poker. He didn't win any awards. Also, he played the game wrong, right? Doug thought that... Play the game wrong in some sense, right? If you care about the things he cared about, then you played the game wrong in some ways in retrospect, because if his goal was to be respected and right, like thanked for his efforts and for his service for the community in terms of what he did, then it's a small community. So if you're going to do that at the expense of other people who have relationships in the community, then people aren't going to like what you did. So if you're attacking Dan Negreanu, who has helped out thousands of people in poker along the way. He's made them feel good, or he shook their hand, or he said what up, or he spent time with them, or he's given an interview. There's so many things that Dan Negreanu's done for people in poker for many, many years. If you go after Dan Negreanu, there's going to be people that go, yeah, he's a fucking asshole, I don't care. Right? Like, I don't support that guy for what he did. I don't care if he's right. I just don't want to listen to the guy. So now when you go after Negreanu and then you go after other people as well, too, that people might say, oh, you know, the whole Mercier thing, bad rag, they saw the Ben Tallerine thing, they might not have liked that too. Even if you're in the right in that situation, there's still going to be people that go, yeah, I didn't like the way he did it. I don't care if the guy's right. And he didn't get to know the people that were in the industry who mattered for the awards type of thing, right? Because it's not players choosing the awards, it's people that work with the companies. People that work in the media, work with the poker sites that are different types of players and different cliques. And Doug just thought, I'm going to disrespect those people by maybe not acknowledging them, whether he's disrespecting them or not. He's not taking the effort to really get to know the people that are now his peers in the media, which is kind of what he was doing was media. So he's like, well, I'm not going to get to know them. I'm going to act like I don't know my coworkers, whatever. Right? So that's going to rub people the wrong way as well, too. And they're going to be supporting people in other companies because they know the people in those companies. So I don't think it's too hard to at least desire to want to get to know the people in the industry. I like to get to know everyone that works in the industry because why would I not want to? I want to learn from them. I want to pick up, maybe work with them someday. I want to be able to help them out potentially too. But I don't think Doug realized that would matter or that would make a difference. And he just thought that I'm going to do things my way. I think I'm right. And people are they're just going to listen to me. Right. And that's not what happened. And with some people. Right. But
I didn't mean to bet so high at 2,000.
He took a very polarizing strategy, I think, in some ways, and he didn't mind not being liked, and he didn't mind saying what he thought was right, but ultimately it might have led to him not necessarily getting recognized for things that he felt he should have got recognized for, appreciated the way that he felt like he should have been appreciated.
Oh my God, here it is.
Plus,
here it is.
he took his fucking game away, he couldn't play heads up anymore, so. It's really easy to get bored of those things. If you're only talking about hands and nothing else really taking place, it's pretty easy.
Big hand, baby. Oh my God. His pocket
StickyRice back up to 34K here. It's killing me.
You guys want to rewatch it with me? Oh shit! It's like Inception. Cash out at 16K.
Somebody said chess versus poker strategy is slightly different in that everyone already sees your play already in chess. You can't hide your moves. If every hand was shown heads up, it might be different. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Wait, where is it?
But yeah, man, I miss Doug in poker. I think Doug was willing to talk about things in a way that most people wouldn't talk about, and he was willing to have conversations about important issues that were happening. And I mean, the rake issue, right? The Supernova Elite thing that happened that I talked about as well too, and a bunch of other things that he was maybe willing to go a little bit more into detail than I really want to talk about.
Watch, this is so nerve-wracking.
Plus, he would talk about it and he'd give a different perspective. We have different perspectives about things on a lot of things. I'm lucky.
Very
sick hand.
I win. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh shit.
Will said, Joey, you need to branch out and make a new channel, a new area besides poker. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to focus on poker. I actually think I can grow poker.
Lucky fucker. I did not mean
because
to
I have a
say it
strategy that I
way.
don't really see many people doing, and I'm going to be implementing it.
Evil.
So it's gonna be a different strategy. I really dissected the poker world, tried to figure out, okay, what's the poker world, what's made up, what do people want to see, what's the best content, who are the companies that make money, why are they making money,
Too much luck.
who are the people that matter, right? Who are the people that matter behind the scenes, who are the people that matter in front of the camera, what does it mean to matter, how do you develop talent,
One of the donkeys left, but we still have
what are the most valuable assets, all these sorts of things like that, just trying to figure out, okay, well, who do I think's doing good work, who do I think doesn't give a fuck about poker and about the community, about the players.
I'm crying. I'm working my ass off.
There's definitely companies out there that don't care about players at all, and there's other people that do care about giving players a good experience and letting them be able to win. Ideally, you want to own your own poker site. You want to be the operator of the poker site because that's the companies that make the most money in poker, which is why you see the home games become so popular, is because people are raking the shit out of them and they're just printing free money. So that's why, of course, you see so many agents and so many operators of unions and of clubs. And the app's blowing up and more private things starting right now is because that is an easy way to make money in poker, is because you are facilitating the ability for people to compete in the game they want to compete in. And people don't trust real money online or know about real money online to the point they want to play it, whereas they'll trust these play money applications or play money browser websites. There's a lot of them out there right now. There's a lot, maybe I've seen maybe 10 to 20. So they're willing to trust these over putting their money on global poker because somebody recommended them or said, hey, our home game's on here, our friends are on there. So that's going to leave an opening to make a lot of fucking money out there for people, and that's what people are doing right now.
Oh my god, oh, you fucking stop telling him to fucking leave. He's not going anywhere.
What up, Mayor Pete? What's happening? What's happening?
I'm gonna let them play a few hands. I'm gonna sit out.
But yeah, you have central rooms. You have rooms that are more public, right? Public in the areas that they're legal in, except ACR, which just takes players from everywhere, it seems like. And then you have more private games, right, that you need an invitation to get to. And there are some more public private unions as well too that you can get into, and they let most players in. Maybe they ban the winning players up there. But we're seeing different strategies being employed by PokerStars, by Party Poker, and by GG Poker, which are the three big sites right now. ACR is using an interesting strategy. I think they're doing one thing. I think they're doing a few things good on marketing, good in poker, but terrible in general. I think their marketing's really bad in some ways, but it's better than I guess. There's not much competition, right? So, plus they service American players. It's easy to get people on there, but I think they're wasting a big opportunity right now on a few different areas, right? If you're trying to market your content, market your business, you need to get your message out there. Seeing a dance again? Uh-oh.
That was the thing with Pocket Sevens.
But whatever, I don't want to necessarily, be giving out free marketing strategy. Companies pay me money now for that. I like this kid dancing, man. That's what I realized when you have a good understanding of how to get attention and create content on various platforms. You offer a lot of value to people who are unaware of how to do that. So if you package your knowledge and your ability to do these things and also be able to teach and also be able to get across the message to the companies, you bring a lot of value to a company that has a lot to earn. So if I was to say I want to package my knowledge of different various social media platforms and the knowledge I've gained from my experience and the perception of my knowledge and also the actual knowledge I have from putting in study, then you simply find the companies that make a lot of money that you would be able to add value to. So if you find a company that's making $100 million and you can get in touch with them and say, hey, I can help you out in these different areas and I can help you make more money for your company, that's going to be able for you to make more money. But if I find Ryan Pognis on YouTube and he says, can you help me build my YouTube channel? I'm making, I'll pay you $500 a month. Well, he's not making much money, so he's not going to spend that much money unless he's got a lot of money himself, which is why it's always good to know the rich people, which is what you see some people in poker use as a strategy in terms of how they network. So when you try to identify what your abilities are, what you understand how to do, I don't really understand poker the best anymore. I understand other things a little bit more than poker right now, but
Who thinks that this is staged? I do.
you can kind of combine all the things that you know together in order to build a unique skill set for yourself, and then you're able to decide how does money work, how does value work, what exactly is a business. If a business is you help people solve their problems and you help people solve their high value problems, for instance, right? If that's what you want to do, then you can put yourself in a position to make more money, and then you decide how much time you want to work or how many hours you want to work. And it's very easy to get better at doing whatever you want to do, is because there's material out there to do anything right now. So all you got to do is study, put the time in, practice it, and then sell yourself, sell your business, package your habits, package whatever you can do. So once you start to realize these things, you start to realize that you can do anything you want to do. And maybe you just want to play poker. Maybe that's what you want to do, and you want to make your money that way, and you're fine with high variance living, and you're fine with the current ecosystem, and some people are perfectly fine with that.
You guys fucking... Okay, now you guys are just trolling me with donations. But thank you, Mr. Concerned Man. I'm glad you were a concerned citizen. And Walrus Boy, I mean... I had big dreams too. You want to be a walrus?
This guy's killing it though. 35K right now.
You're already taking the right steps.
Shout Ryan Pognos. Right, I think when you look at poker, right, my goal now is to work with companies who I think are trying to do well for players. So Run It Once, Poker Go, Party Poker, maybe more specifically Rob than Party Poker in general, right? I don't really know Party Poker's overall mission. They're owned by different companies, so their mission might be a little different. But I think that Rob is very much for players, and he tries to treat his customers and his employees quite well. I think Poker Go is trying to do good things to create content and to bring the community together as well. I think that, I think Live at the Bike's done a really good job as well too. They're trying to build something over there that I can support and get behind. Run It Once, I think, is this poker side I support the most in terms of what they're trying to do. But they're at an uphill battle because they don't have tournaments and they don't really understand marketing as well too. So they've got a lot to learn. So if you're starting a company, you have to understand a lot of different things. And one big thing you got to understand if you want to grow your business or grow your product is you got to know how to market and get attention for your product and let the customers know, whether that's through creating content or creating awareness or creating promotions or all those type of things like that. So they're just learning on the fly, and they're going to get better over time, but it's going to take them a while.
Don't stop. StickyRice doing the 777.
Jacob, I don't agree Poker Go's trying to do good things. Yeah, I disagree. And I know the argument that most people make is that they're trying to privatize or they're trying to put behind the paywall some of the best IP, aka intellectual property that exists in poker, and they're trying to monopolize potentially the content for themselves, which that would be one argument. And my sort of way I see it is that if they weren't around, there really wouldn't be anyone creating very high quality poker content and being able to put productions together and being able to give off the perception of quality quite like they are if they weren't existing in poker. So I can understand their strategy. It's more like a Netflix style, acquiring all this high-end IP in order to boost up the amount of content you have on your paywall, therefore incentivizing people to pay for it, also enabling you to create that content with that intellectual property in the future. So I can understand why they're using the strategy that they're using. It makes sense. Is it good or bad for poker? I mean, those shows aren't around anymore anyway, and no one's creating them. So if they happen to create them, then I think that's good for poker. See if StickyRice calls us all in here.
But I am running extremely hot.
I think he's going to call.
Pairs, raises to 70 under the gun. And then I raise 400 and now he shoves.
Poker Go won't let Live with the Bike or Doug Polk
We lose 2K.
win a poker award. They're not looking out for overall good of the game. I mean, I think they are looking out for the good of. They do have their own agenda as well too. That's easy to find out if you investigate it. Ace Queen. Jack or Ace or Queen. But yeah, I don't think anyone's conspiring against Wino Poker to let her win a poker award. Right? Or Live at the Bike. I think, once again, the poker awards is all politics, right? If you guys don't understand that, it's not about they're conspiring against you, it's they don't know you. So if they don't know who you are, why are people going to vote for you? Right? Like, you guys think that you create content, everyone should know me, but that's not how it works. And there's a lot of people that are involved in this process that don't have time to watch all the different content out there. And Live at the Bike is not one of the content that they're going to watch. Wino Poker, they're not on Instagram following Wino Poker to know who Wino Poker is. And then even if they do know who you are, maybe they just don't like you. So if they don't like you, then they might not give you an award, or they like somebody else more or thought somebody else did better work, so they're going to give them an award, man. I don't think it's any sort of big conspiracy against these people. It's just they don't like you or they don't want to vote for you.
Incoming!
What is StickyRice gonna do here? He 3-bet 7-6
Okay, now
offsuit.
they don't even want to.
He got min
Damn it, man.
re-raised. He calls.
All right, now I'm just giving away money.
Let's see what happens here. Shout out David Vavoski. What's happening, brother? So he calls the 4-bet 7-6 offsuit. Gets all in. Is he gonna call? See what happens here.
I don't have anything, man. I have 6 outs. I have a 24% chance of winning. These guys don't have enough money. I think I need to leave now.
Is he gonna call? He's gonna fold. And he does. Takes it down. Nice hand by Sticky. But I think if you want yourself to win awards, right, you got to make your own fucking awards, right? I mean, if you want to give Live with the Bike an award, make a Live with the Bikes awards, right? Give out awards to the players. Poker Girl won't let Dan Zach wear a Live with the Bike patch on World Series Poker Final Table stream.
Fucking A. I don't even want to re-raise.
Yeah, I would agree that
Keep shoving me.
they should let them wear a Live with the Bike stream, right? I don't think that means that they're bad for poker because they don't want someone else to promote their thing, right? Theoretically, I think you should be able to, but no one really gives a fuck about that kind of thing in poker. So if there was enough outrage where people wanted to care about it, then it would change. And that's the thing, right? It's all politics. If enough people care about it, enough people say you should let them do that, they're going to succumb and say, okay, yeah, we'll do it. But if no one makes a big issue about it, then they can just do what they want to do. Which you could say that's fortunate or unfortunate or shouldn't be that way, but that's the way it is.
God damn it. Alright. So now we're playing a different type of I've never
Oh,
done this
certain companies only care about themselves, not poker as a whole. Well, I think in a big company, there's going to be people that care about themselves, and there's going to be people that care about poker. So whether the whole entire company message is, right, maybe we care more about making money first, or we care more about having our business first, it'd be very hard to not care about what might be good for poker and make poker content at that scale with that much investment in it. I mean, it'd be very tough. You have to care about poker to some degree, otherwise you wouldn't want to do it. There's way more, like, poker's not the best industry to get into, right? There's a lot of other blossoming industries that you might pursue. So if you get into poker at that scale, you probably have to really enjoy poker.
Oh, running hot is an illusion hotter than the sun. I call.
What's up, Puppy Face 94? What's happening?
Man, you gotta call. You have a heater equity.
Poker content at that scale with that much investment in it.
Oh, my client doesn't show.
What do you guys think about StickyRice's play? I think he plays pretty solid.
Get wrecked, GG.
You want to take over for a bit while I go get some more water? Okay. I guess. Okay, thank you. Sounds good. Rare Games Rally, refreshing to hear your view on poker. It's much appreciated. I think I have a much different view of poker than a lot of people are going to have, just because I'm aware of more of what's happening in the industry.
Apparently, it's real agent, by the way. Call is fine. You wouldn't need it. Don't sweat it.
Jacob said, Carrie isn't exactly the person I choose to be the face of an organization that's the face of poker. I'm sure if you're theoretically putting up a perfect person to say who's the face of poker, right, you could craft your own perfect person, and we would probably never come into agreements on who that would be. So I'm glad anyone's trying, personally. Ace King, big 3-bet here. I like that. Ace King offsuit. See what happens. Gets all in, call. Ace 10.
Ace 10, wow. Alright, I win.
Ace 10. There you go. Man, this guy's killing it now.
Thank you.
Hits a big hand, wins it.
That was a viewer too. That was the viewer. Seat 2 was the viewer. Seat 2 was the viewer. Seat 2 is the viewer. He shoved me with ace 10. Everyone's shoving me, man.
I love it. This guy's killing it. What's up, Xenos? What's happening on Twitch? We're on Twitch and YouTube here, guys. But yeah, it's kind of sad. The most interesting things in poker are still like Mike Postle, even though it's June 19th, and Mike Postle thing happened in like September. So you got to think about like what defines something interesting happening in poker, and what defines someone that care. Like, what do people care about? Why do they care about it? Right? I think like Lex Veldhouse setting a Twitch poker record, I think, is something that is very, very interesting. But I think that the big tournament series coming up, the World Series Poker is going to be online. The World Poker Tour is going to be online.
So C5 is shoved with pocket sevens, and he's
I think that's very interesting as well.
C2 shoved with ace.
But there's really no. I mean, I guess what I don't know what makes something interesting. I don't know. It's all up to all very subjective. Puppy, what's up, Arlie? What's happening, man? Shout out to Arlie. Arlie's been working hard on Twitch. He's using a little bit new strategy to promote himself. I like that. Plus, he's got the Poker Stars machine by him. So Arlie's able to give away tickets to the biggest poker site in the world. So Arlie has a nice competitive advantage right now over the other streamers. If he's attempting to grow himself and grow his brand, he's also using a nice time slot strategy. If you guys pay attention out there, I don't think people are paying attention. I don't think people are paying attention out there what people are doing. But nice work, kid. Keep it up, brother. You got the hard work. You got the work ethic to be able to do it. You got the personality as well. If you have the work ethic, you can get better at poker. Hopefully you're GTO-fying, you're getting better at poker process. I know you're working with the guys down there and with Ebony down there as well too. You guys are working together talking poker as well.
J Cover does not go on Bovada until it has begun. J Cover does not play on Bovada. Bovada is not available.
If you're not using one of the programs right now to study, you make sure you use one of the programs to study. It'll help all you guys get better quicker. It's basically a cheat code for you right there.
I have a superior hand right now. That's what I'm thinking. Because they're just raising me on everything. 8, 6, 7, 8. We have a gut shot for a 9. We can take an ace as well.
Uh-oh, let's see what he's got here. He's got a gutter.
So we can take 4 9s. 7's no good. Backdoor flush draw, and we can take 3 aces. 7 outs.
Me and Postle in a boxing match.
Chance, which is like
I'm juicing the fuck up for that one, man. I'll tell you that right now.
Against 2 players, I'm down.
You got the needle?
Backdoor flush draw now.
I'll only buy no drug test.
Now we have more outs.
We're both fucking flying high. We're both flying high.
9 outs with the flush draw.
WWE style circa 90s, okay? Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire, home run showdown style, all right? I'll only do it with him if we can both get on the juice.
10, 11, 12. We take an ace. Ace is probably no good anymore.
So he's got flush draw here, and he's got double gutter. He's either going to raise all in or he's going to call.
Times 2 is what? 24.
I think he's going to call.
For $450. Oh yeah, absolutely. We hit, and we hit. There we go.
Backdoor Bangkok. I like it. Nice hand.
There we go.
It's which one of Gary V's strategy, Ryan said.
All in, I call. Snap
All in, call.
Ace 7. He hit ace 10.
Takes it down. The guy goes for a light value bet ace 10.
Wow.
Just like that, wins another pot.
30K. I got a feeling he's tilting. He lost 4K.
Killing it right now. 35.7K. Wow. This kid's killing it, man.
There we go, baby.
This kid is killing it right now, man.
Newly seated. All right, seat 2 left. Yo, so seat 2, the guy that I just
am I playing any bracelet events?
Now, you were a viewer.
I don't play tournaments. I've been thinking about playing tournaments. I don't really want to play tournaments. I'd rather not spend 12 hours of my day playing poker tournaments. So every time I think about playing poker tournaments, I just say it doesn't sound very appealing for me to spend the time learning a new game that is poker, even though it'd be beneficial to understand poker tournaments because the perception of you maybe as a player, as a personality, or as someone who has something to offer other people who are watching or listening to what you say is going to change because they think that you know what you're doing at tournaments and they somehow think I need to listen to this guy more overall. So there is a big benefit to being someone who's knowledgeable at tournaments or being known as someone who's good at tournaments. But it's just a matter of if I want to put the time and effort, and the programs now make it quite easy. You start with 0 to 30 big blind, you work from there, you learn those spots, and you don't necessarily worry as much about 30 to 100 big blinds. And so it makes sense. The programs make it very easy to learn poker right now, but the actual process of putting in 12 hours to play, I mean, it just sounds fucking kind of unbearable right now to spend when I think that I think that my time might be better spent. It only would be good if I plan to use it as a way to market myself and to grow my business or to grow attention or to do anything like that, or to grow reputation or to grow those kind of things like that, which matter when people are deciding how much they're going to pay you to do services for them or to do collaborations with them. So if somebody views you as a top tournament player, then when someone's offering you a rate of say 500 a day, you can say, well, no, I mean, if you want me, it's 1,000 a day, right? And so that would be the reason why you might want to be known for a different kind of way. So StickyRice is going to win a big pot. He's got pocket kings here. He's all in.
Oh my god.
He gets called. The guy's got queens.
Kings over queens. Wow.
This is how it's done.
We're running so hot right now.
Wow.
Oh my god.
This kid is killing it right now, man. $38,000. Wow. He cannot be stopped. Someone said, why don't I just play poker? It just takes out too much of my life. I end up playing too long. I don't do anything else. I'm trying to be a little more balanced in my life right now. I think that getting really good at content and getting really good at like studying business, studying finance, studying marketing, studying the stock market, things that have a really high upside long term is more beneficial right now than spending a lot of my time playing like pot vanilla cash, even though I enjoy playing and I can win at the game and I like playing and it's easier to get better.
Oh my god.
It just doesn't make that much sense with the current state of poker and where I think poker's going to be going. And I can do that anytime because right now to make money at poker, you just get in a private game. It's very easy. You start your own game or you go join someone else's game. So it's very easy right now. You get to play with bad players who don't know what they're doing. They don't take it seriously. They don't care if they win. So once you realize, okay, well, if your goal is to play poker because you enjoy it, then you can do that. If your goal is to play poker to make money, then the smart way to do it now is just to do private. It just, like, it doesn't make much sense to do anything else. Especially when you can control the players you play with. I mean,
actually, I'm beat here. I'm gonna lose 4,000. I'm beat.
So StickyRice called.
Ace king. He has two pair. He has a better two pair.
He called a 4-bet here. Flops 2 pair. The guy bets really small.
In his range. Ace king and ace queen are completely in his range.
This guy's backstory with poker. This is his first day playing poker, Francie.
King queen is not good enough. I'm realizing that now. I don't want to get it all in with this. Just the minimum. Just the minimum.
He calls. Okay.
Just the minimum. I'm beat. I'm beat here. He has 2 pair. Ace king. He checks it. I'm just
this guy checks what he has. Jacks,
I know what
tens.
you got, bro. You got the nuts. You got the nuts. You've never checked it.
Am I playing in the World Series Poker Online Series? No. If I'm gonna play, I'll play in the World Poker Tour.
No, you have ace king or ace queen. Fuck, dude. Don't put
The
me
World
in
Poker
this
Tour
situation. Don't put me in the situation, man.
Billy B says, "What are you talking about? You
Ace
think
king
you have
and
the
ace queen are
resources just to
definitely in
start a
this
private
dude's
game?"
range, man.
What is this
Ace
guy
king,
talking?
ace
Is
queen
this
definitely
guy
in this dude's
trolling?
range. If I bet
Billy,
29,
there are
if I go
thousands
all
of
in,
private
that's
games
three
right now.
range,
You
man.
get an
I'm already up
application, you invite people to play. What is this guy talking about, man?
$2,000 pot. That's
Billy B, what are you
$1,000
talking about, dude? That's what I want to know. If you know people,
Pocket jacks can be in his range
it's the
too.
easiest thing
Pocket
possible
jacks.
to start a private game. Join a private game.
I guess we have to shove. Anybody else would shove. Come on, man. But ace king and ace queen are definitely in his range.
Let's see what he does
At
here.
least value bet. Come on. Value bet. We'll just bet 1,200.
That's half body. Could call by ace jack.
He shoves with ace king or ace queen. Value bet. Just 1,200.
Couldn't call by ace 10. Maybe it's called by jacks.
If he shoves, I gotta call because it's just too many. I have to call if he shoves, but I didn't want to. Jacks is also in his range. Pocket tens are also in his range.
True. Billy B,
But ace,
not
ace
all
queen
private
definitely
games
in
are
his
high
range.
rake and
Really long to
unsafe,
think
Billy.
about it. And
Billy,
he
you
shoves.
sound like you don't know what you're
I
talking about,
call.
buddy. I'm sorry,
I
man.
I lose this.
He gets owned. StickyRice.
I see. I called it.
StickyRice gets owned.
I should have just checked the river. Why was I trying to value bet? Because I started second guessing myself when I said jacks are in his range. And tens are in his range. I knew he had ace king. I knew he had ace queen. It was in his
Now he's got to
range,
be thinking about
obviously.
quitting.
I called that. Why not just check the river? I was being so fucking greedy.
That's true. That's some real sick ownage by that guy in seat 1.
Oh my god.
Bet small on the flop.
Incoming.
Wow, that's a real sick line by him, actually. I guess it makes sense, though. Most people would probably just go bet, 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 especially with a guy calling a lot. But he knows this guy's playing a bunch of hands, has weak hands, showing down weak hands. Wanted to give him a chance to improve on his hand, potentially bluff as well, too. Makes sense.
Alright, we're stuck at 34,000.
Makes sense.
We're stuck at like 30,000. That was easy fold. Biggest fucking nuts on the earth. Holy shit. Paid again. Holy shit. Jesus, you're running insanely hot right now, Sticky. Grats, man. I like the incoming thing. Builds up the tension. 4-7. I made a $5,000 live basket for the donations. We in this. Alright, now I gotta read the chat. I have not been reading the chat. Ace King was. Alright, hold on. I gotta read the
Does
chat.
this Sticky Rice character have been diagnosed with something in deep something esque? Why does anybody care about that? That's very interesting. Do you think he has? Do you think people in the chat know if what he's been diagnosed with? Do you think that he talked about his diagnosis history on the stream and then people maybe he did? People are seeming pretty open these days. Maybe he would talk about that. It's a good question. Maybe he did. I don't fucking know.
My cheeks twitch when he says incoming. The room is now in slow mode. One of my mods made it in slow mode. So looks like you got some
Like Jetnik, I wish Doug Polk was this good at his poker hand reviews. Yeah, I'm not really trying to review the hands. I'm just trying to talk about them in general. I'm not trying to seriously break down any play happening here for a number of different reasons, but maybe one being is that I think number one being that just not as good at hold'em as I'm at PLO, so I don't feel as confident breaking down hands just because I don't really play the game. So I played a lot of the game. I haven't played the game in a long time. I don't necessarily think much about the strategy of the game.
Hey man, this is Brian.
I like to focus on pot minimum. It's all I'm studying right now. Am I gonna go back to podcast? I might. I don't know, man. I don't really. I love doing podcasts, but they're not. I don't know. I don't know. I probably will, but I don't know if I'll post them all on YouTube. I might just start posting them more on iTunes.
If she is,
they're really bad for the channel.
Not cuss, bro. Alright, you guys. Alright.
I don't know. Maybe.
I like this song.
I probably will.
I need to go water my plants real quick. Plant is.
StickyRice watering his plant. I like that. What are your thoughts on the apps for poker? What do you mean? You have any more specific questions?
Sticky, good luck. I'm out. All right, later, but you only need 2K to buy into the table. You can play at this table with $1,000, but
Sticky with another 3-bet here. King Queen offsuit.
Now we have 34,000.
Big 3-bet too. This guy loves betting big. He likes betting big and he likes betting half pot.
Donkey all in. 10 king suited.
So you have an 8 or a 10 here. You're gonna call flush draw. You're gonna call.
So I don't have any notes on this guy on when the flop comes after the flop.
Ace queen, ace king, probably 4-betting.
What are my outs? 8, 9, 10. We only have 6 outs.
Ace jack, maybe 4-betting. Ace 10. Maybe not ace 10.
I only have 6 outs. 24% chance. 6 times 4, 20.
Whenever a guy's running really well against you, it always kind of makes you question some of your plays you might normally play.
Fold. You win. Why does Jacob
can make some people play tighter. They might be like, okay, ace 10 normally against a fun player. I'd go all in here if you 3-bet me big again, but this guy seems to be running hot, and maybe I'll just call, make my hand.
Is this for real? What is the name of the table you're at? I don't know what the name of the table is. Bovada? This is the number? You can come check out the table. All right, I'm going to raise to 100 here.
Do I think apps for poker are safe with your money, or I think they'll get shut down long term? Well, your money isn't with the apps. Your money's with somebody. So if your money is with somebody, then... Right. Hopefully you trust the person that it's with.
All right, yo.
I think I'm in a unique position where the people I deal with, if I'm an agent for a site and I don't get paid out, I'm going to make a YouTube video about it. So it's going to be a little different than if you don't get paid out by your agent, what are you going to do, right? Like they're not going to feel as much pressure to maybe pay you out. You might be one of the last people they pay out.
Joey Ingram wants you in his poker podcast.
Whoa, I just got mentioned.
I don't even know what a poker podcast is, and I don't know who Joey Ingram is.
Bang, bang.
It's okay. This and poker podcast. And it's
Damn.
just too much to call with 8-9 suited, man.
Bang,
I would
bang.
love to call with 8-9 suited, but not $700 more, man. Joey Ingram wants you in his poker podcast. I don't even know what a poker podcast is, and I don't know who Joey Ingram is. That's okay. I'm busy. Show the top look. Show the
First
top
day in
look.
poker.
Have Joey go in Skype. I don't know who Joey Ingram is, man. How much should I start with? I started with 2K. Damn, can I get mod or what? Incoming. If you guys want to apply for mod, I am always looking for mods for poker viewers.
I mean, in reality, not
I'll actually
99.99999% of people in the world don't know who I am, so
Go 9-3, my friend.
I don't take that much offense to anything like that.
This keyboard.
Let me go to the bathroom, you guys. Let me find a hand for you guys to enjoy here.
I'm
I've been drinking a lot of water.
That's the word.
It's like, fuck. Drink.
Alright, we're raising 300 on the button. Alright, C1, let's go. You got $8,000? Let's go. Give me a set, baby.
Can't touch me.
Alright, we missed, but this is a very dry board I can bet on. We'll bet 450 on this dry ass board. It's so dry, it's not even moist. It's not even a little moist. It's dry. He re-raises me, I'll call. I'll call a re-raise. What hands are we putting him on? He re-raised on the flop. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. No, that's only 3 cards. Put 1,000 on. 1K on the table.
Sticky going for a comeback. He's just going for it again. I love this fucking guy, man.
Is that 3/4 or I don't know. I don't want to even think about it. I'm too out of it. I think my 6s are still good. I think he has like if I'm gonna put him on a hand right now.
Put him on a
King,
hand.
Queen. Queen, right?
King, queen, he said.
King 10.
King 10, maybe.
King 10. King 10 would be more.
Queen
more
10,
like
maybe.
King 10 would be King 10 suited. Yeah, that'll make sense. King 10 suited. He'd still be in this with King 10 suited. That King 10 suited is a good 9-10. 9-10 and calls. 9-10 suited. He might be in the 8, 9, 10 jack. He might be in this with 9-10.
Yep, might be.
I'm going to click the time thing. He might be in this with 9-10. He could be in this with Ace King, Ace Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Ace Jack, it's possible. It's possible. So this is 6,000. Right now the pot's for $3,500. I'm just trying to put him on hands. I'm thinking maybe King, whatever I said the first time, King 10 or King.
I literally have no idea what he's going to do right now. He might shove all in.
I think I have him beat. I do. I really do think I have him beat. I'm going to bet 2,000 here.
This guy's awesome, man.
Actually, 2,500.
He thinks he hasn't beat. He's going to bet 2,500.
2,500 here.
Okay.
I think I'm good. I think he missed. I think he was on a draw, and I think he missed. That's what I believe.
He's probably not going to call you.
King 10 or King 10 is in his range.
He's probably not going to call you, the King 10.
I think King 10 suited is in his range. I think 9-10 suited is in his range. I think Ace King is there. I think Ace Queen. That's a lot of missed cards. Okay, now let's think about the cards that he can hit. Ace Jack he can hit, right?
True.
Um,
If he gets
can
called
hit
in
a
and wins, I'm
set
going to freak out.
Of 8s or 7s. He could hit a set. He could have pocket 9s. Pocket 10s.
No
Win.
fucking way!
Oh my god.
This dude is
there
a-
we go.
this
What
dude's
the fuck
like-
did he have? What did he have? Incoming.
This is like watching Possible play. Maybe, maybe, I don't know, he's not looking at his crotch. I don't know.
Can I get an incoming spam?
He's not looking at his crotch. I don't know what's happening.
Butt cheeks clenched. Butt cheeks clenched. What did he have? Let's put it. Let's find out what he had.
Did he have ace 10?
Let's find out what he has. Incoming.
Ace 10.
The chat's going high.
A straight card.
Raiders. There we go.
Oh, pocket jacks. Yeah, I can see that too.
Oh, he had pocket 5.
Oh my god, pocket 5s.
Pocket 5s. I want a bigger pocket pair, like 9s or something. I didn't know that low of a pocket pair. Okay, so what do we...
What's in his hat? Yeah, that's true. Wait, does he have something in his hat? Look at that. You guys see this? Do you guys see this? Look at this right here. There's something in his hat. Do you guys see that? You see this? It looks like some sort of like device, maybe like a hard shaped thing, something like that. There's even something in his crotch area. We can't really tell. Look at his crotch. You can see up here, his body is up against the desk. It's a weird shaped desk. Got a duck right there. I don't know what that duck's doing. Got like a bowl of cereal right there. I don't see any sort of relay device. I see a mouse pad. I see that. The hat does look like maybe he's getting some sort of signal from this duck right here. I mean, I could see it. Yeah.
Since he called me, I don't think.
Yeah.
Wow, pocket fives.
StickyRice was in the chat earlier, and I don't know what he's up to, man. I'll talk to him. I'll see what he's up to. Yeah, it looks like he's got some sort of like technical. Is that a bone conductor hat? It might be.
I don't know. I think we just won 8.
He is acting kind of. He's shaking randomly a lot. Maybe he does have the. You think he has the tool? No, dude. I played poker with the tool.
There we go.
You know, and it was hard to play with. I mean, honestly. Remember you were taking video and stuff.
Pocket sixes. Oh, this is the hand. This is the hand. I want to watch it. I want to watch it with you guys because
Remember when we almost bought the tool? We almost bought the asshole device one time just for the stream. We're gonna use it. I was like, that's probably a bad idea.
Actually, we'll raise to 3.
I was like, what would happen?
Oh, shit, not that much.
Oh my god, man.
Dude, I'm doing some serious thinking over there to the left. What am I right now? The pot's for $3,500. I'm just trying to put them on hands. I'm thinking maybe king. What are you guys saying in the chat? Hold on. Pocket
All right,
10,
see what he does here. I don't know what the guy's gonna do anymore.
I think our tens might be good.
What's up, Ron Palmer? What's happening, brother? Thank you very much on YouTube.
It's definitely in home.
Rancy Kid on Twitch said the light up keyboard is giving him cards in some kind of Morse code. That's true.
Here, not king 10.
Yeah, like a randomizer tickler could be nice. Yeah.
You bet you were son of a. What are you doing? Yeah, nice. Wait, hold on.
So this guy's capable of anything. He's capable of getting 3 streets of value with any cards.
9-10 suited is in his range. I think ace king is there.
Pocket sixes. He's gonna. It looks like he bet the flop. 3-bet pre-flop. Bet flop.
Ace jack he can hit, right? Oh my god, I'm still.
Half pot's turn.
He can hit a set.
Flush draw misses.
Oh, I'm still thinking on that hand. Yo, I gotta read the chat. He goes all in now. King 10 is not a fucking draw. Can you just give up? Value bet, boys. What a huge bet. Higher
He
pocket.
gets called again. Ace on the river. I don't know what's gonna. He might shove here.
Oh my god.
What's he gonna do, guys?
Alright, here we go. Tens. Alright, we'll check the river. He wins. He wins.
He checks. Is he gonna call?
He automatically wins this hand. He bets I fold. You can have this pot, bro. You can
What's
have
he
it.
gonna do? What happens here?
He bets I fold. He bets I fold.
The guy's got a flush draw. He's obviously gonna bluff here. He doesn't really have ace king. He went. Oh, king queen. Ooh, king queen. Okay, I'm surprised he didn't bet there for value. It's a real interesting check.
Nice one. Alright, let's see what the chat's going on.
What do you guys think that's a value bet there? King queen against crazy fun player. Wouldn't you expect a guy to bet the ace, even though the 5 gets there?
If you bet,
I think we've still seen this guy overvalues. He overvalues top pair, so he probably would have bet an ace. May have bet some kings.
What real money?
This guy's obviously calling down very late.
Alright, hold on. Let's.
So I think king queen would get value from a bunch of one pair type hands.
The chat is going ham.
Obviously, it's kind of dicey when
You really releasing a Bovada?
when that 4-card straight comes in, but I think against a guy like this, what a bet for value.
40K high.
Lucifer, you're saying you didn't get value was
If
collusion.
I re-raise, they're gonna call me.
It's a big accusation,
Because
Lucifer. I hope you got
that's
some
just
better
what
fucking
enough
evidence
for
than
us
just
table
that.
aggressive,
All right,
So
you're gonna make accusations like that in chat. I hope you got something better to back it up
that's
with,
a
buddy.
very dry board. Not even. It's a little. Has a little moist, like a, because of the hearts. But other than that, it's pretty dry. I'll fold. He can have that. $70.
I'd love to play PLO
600.
against this guy. It'd be fun. I want to.
Believe it,
Maybe
to
me
be
and
honest,
StickyRice should play a
like,
heads
you
up
get paid off,
heads up
anything
challenge.
gets 25.
Or me and him play heads up. That'd be
Value
kind of fun.
river against pocket fives calling. It's just unbelievable how I have never seen anything like this. 10 jack, we will raise 200 because that's what I've been raising to lately.
That'd be a lot of
Since
fun
I
to
got
see this
past
guy play some
20,000.
Potlam in Omaha.
This is 100% real, guys. I am playing with real money. I'll show you my cash thingy. This is how much I started with. Oh, hold on. Well, that's how much I have now. Well, that's how much I have on extra, 800, and then I have this as well.
He's got this as well.
Oh, seat 3 left. Seat 3 left. The other guy, the other fish. We only have 2 fishes left. And then hopefully we can clean them out. And then both these guys, I want to take them for both their money until they leave.
This is definitely not live. This was from 2014.
Value bluffing series for running 19 buy-ins cash. I went from 20K to this in the last hour and a half, I guess.
Darren says start appeal game at Sahara. Well,
He's
listen,
practicing for his acting career.
I'm not sure that
A stream is he
I'm not
trying to
sure
break
that
the
live poker is going to be
universe?
continuing in Vegas. It seems like the
But what is
coronavirus they're
better
gonna
that will
they're gonna
fall?
ramp
No way
up
these guys
the
floated this high.
they're gonna
It
ramp it
couldn't
up a
be
little bit
one
here, guys.
seed.
I think,
I
and
didn't put him.
yeah,
if
I would
he
imagine
called,
the
yeah, I
casinos are
guess
probably
he
going to
would've
close
went.
down their
What
poker
did this
rooms.
guy
It just
start
makes
with? I
sense. It's
started
going to be
with
one of the
2
first things that close.
I've been watching for 7 hours.
The trend
Now,
that we're
he had
seeing now are
2,000
more
on this
places
table
opening, getting
and
more
2,000
cases
on
and
another,
closing.
and then left with 1,500. Yeah, X just remembered. X
So I would imagine that.
welcome C2 to the table with some aggression.
I would imagine that
No,
something crazy might
C2's
happen.
probably watching this. Let's let C2 know who he's fucking with. But
So
C2's probably
C2's brand
watching
new.
the stream.
Sticky's
He's
going to
probably
welcome to the
viewer.
table with a nice 3-bet. I like that. It's a good way to welcome someone new to the table.
9. We'll bet a little bit more than half pot. We'll show C2. We'll welcome C2 to the table with some aggression.
Sahara is giving rooms with no resort fees. Nice.
Can't touch me.
I'm gonna bet half pot again.
Can't touch me.
What in God's name is
9. Here, King Queen.
Can't
Nice
touch
hand.
me. I believe
He gets stacked. He's probably going to leave soon.
Stop. Beat it time.
New
Come on.
player sat down, so.
No doubt. Light a fire and pee it out.
Nice hand,
Don't
nice
like
hand.
it?
Thomas says, Joey, why didn't you cover the
I
update
played
in
that
Possible
way too
case? Did
fast.
you hear
I
the
played that way
judge's
too
decision?
fast.
Yeah, I heard it,
I just gave that guy 2,000.
but I wasn't making YouTube content, so.
Can't touch me.
I wanted to show him who's boss, but
But
that
now I
didn't
am.
come out happening. Some wet hearts.
So I'll make some videos about the Possible stuff. I'm trying to decide how I want to handle it, how I want to, what I want to make about it, what I want to talk about.
Backdoor
I kind of want to relive some sessions with the fans because I think maybe some fans forgot about the craziness that was taking place with Mike Postle.
And three outs for
Very easy to forget exactly what took place and say, oh, in my mind, I'm like, well, maybe nothing was happening, right? Like maybe I was like go through something.
And no, you morons.
And then I
Let's
watched
play
back a
with
few
Jesus Christ
sessions the
fire
other night, and
God
I'm like,
for
oh my god,
play.
okay.
Only comment I'd be on
We need
this
some answers
table.
for some of these questions, right? Like,
It is real money, guys. $760 doesn't mean anything when you're sitting on $36,000.
and if you go through
stack.
hands and you're
What did somebody say about this dude?
You're putting
is,
the
like,
stats
so
of certain
high.
hands
He
and
bet
certain
$760 and doesn't
tendencies.
give a fuck.
Mike
I
Postle
bet
had,
$760
especially
it doesn't matter
'cause
when you have this much. You know what I mean?
he played plenty without
Is that
looking at his crotch
is that
area.
you,
So you
Derry?
have
Is
things that you
really
can
you? You're the
compare it
biggest
to
fish.
and
Why
say,
am I
hey,
fit?
this
Oh,
is what he
I'm
played
gonna
like here.
Can I
This is
get a
how he did
shout out
here.
to
This is how he
Cowboys
handled
Nation
himself
one
here.
time? I don't even know what
This is how he
Cowboys
handled
Nation
himself
is.
without it. This is
How
how he
does
handled
this
himself
opponent
with
not
it.
watch
This is
the
how he
stream?
handled himself without it.
How does this
So it
work?
went over periods of
They
time.
could
So
watch the stream. I just have a delay of 5 minutes.
you got to see
Please
these
allow
things
this guy to
take
play with
place.
stars. Re-enter the table with 2K. If I leave this table, I won't be able to re-enter until 5 minutes later.
Do I think I can get
That's
him on the
some people are
podcast?
already taking. I think
Maybe
it's
we'll see.
5,000 right now. We were in a rut at 12,000, then we were in a rut
We will
at
see.
15,000, and then we were in a rut at 17,000, and then we skipped 17,000 to 30,000. We were in a rut at 30,000.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a story for everything. I think what happened was like Mike Postle got all the questions for people
For like another,
a long time ago, right? A lot of the evidence was sort of put out there.
so
These are the things that people want answers for. So Mike Postle's been able to
hopefully we can get another
develop answers, and he had a lot of these answers on the Mike Mattisau podcast. I think people didn't believe him, myself included, on certain things, or just didn't take his word, right? Whether we believe him or not, we just didn't trust him very much. So if we don't trust Mike Postle, we're not really going to want to listen to what he's got to say.
So I have a question.
And I think a
Guys.
lot of
Any-
people
any
was like, well, if he was
tells
doing
that
this in the
should I switch
game,
up my
wouldn't
play
he
style? What do
be?
you
Is he
guys
just
think?
lying about
What do you guys
everything?
think?
So we don't really know
Change my betting
what he's being
sizes
truthful
or
about, what he's being
play
lying
different
about.
hands, get more aggressive or shove more pre-flop or
But I mean, we saw so
raise
much weird shit
more
happen,
instead
man.
of
Like
raise
ASD
because
Waffle
I
says,
was
my favorite
raising
pasta
flop,
hand's the
but
one
now
where
I
he
raise
reacts to
before
villains'
raising.
cards on a river. Exactly, right? Like you could see when certain times hit that really changed the board, he'd have this reaction. It's just none of it made sense, right? And it would make sense. Like, sure, these things on their own are one thing, but it's the combination of all the hands together and the reactions together and the weird behavior together and the different play before. There's just all these things. Then you look at statistics of the hands, not necessarily how much he won or lost, because we don't know what the true data is. But when you just look at his tendencies
playing until
with
until C5
looking at
and
his
C5
crotch, not
plus.
looking at his
So once I
crotch,
take
it's
all
just
C- once
plays
the
like a different
money and I
player,
throw all
man.
C5's money,
Right?
and
So
then if they don't rebuy in,
it's just a lot of weird things happening. The whole entire graphics changing, and he says some sort of explanation for the graphics changing. I don't know what's true in these situations for the graphics. I see weird graphics changing in the middle of a hand
force, here we
and
go.
weird
That's
shit
the range.
happening.
We're gonna double up. We're gonna hit.
Right?
The
Maybe
percentage
there's
of me
explanations
hitting
for all
something
these
on the
things
flop,
up there. Maybe he's got answers for it
hitting
all.
a
But
4 on the flop
ultimately,
is
I don't think we're ever
12%
going to know
chance.
either way, one
Oh,
way or
come
the
on, play
other,
against me.
what really took place.
No one wants to
Because
play.
even if you go through data and you say, well, data here tells me that this is outliers in terms of what might be normal player, what might be compared to all the other players out there, there's always going to be some people that say, well, it wasn't verified by some sort of legal entity, so therefore you didn't do it or you did do it. So, I don't know.
Call me C1. Nope. This is the second time I just raised twice in a row and they both folded. And that time I didn't even want to raise with ace 2.
But I think in terms of like you believing
Third
he's
time in a
guilty
row,
or
I've
you
been
believing
100.
he's innocent
What
or
do
me
you guys
believing he's guilty, me believes innocent,
Should I
right?
change up
I don't,
style?
all I know
Or
is
fail my final
I
exam?
saw
You
some
can
weird
at least
fucking shit
pay
happening,
for the
right?
class.
So
Watch out when you cash out
what does
if
that
you
mean?
deposit more
Well,
than 10K,
I don't
then
know. I've never seen
half
anything like it
files
before.
CTR
The guy's
on
either the best player in the world or
That's
there's
what
some
I'm
sort of
scared
cheating
of.
happening, right? It's one of the two.
Skillet raise
So
double call.
if he was the best in the world and there wasn't this weird shit happening constantly, then fine. Okay, maybe you say, okay, well,
10 jack. We also have a gut shot.
all right, maybe
10
I can understand it, right?
jack,
But
queen king. No, it's not.
when you never see anything like it in your life, and then there's a bunch of weird shit happening along the way,
Could. Let's put him on some hands right now.
and then
He
we watch
raised
the
me
guy
three
play
fold.
without
What does he
without
have?
any sort of
What
device
does he
in
have?
his crotch. I
Pocket
mean,
pair, right? Any
real
pocket pair,
hard
not
to
judging by the way this guy's playing. He could
make
also
any other
have
conclusion in that
ace king
situation,
or
right?
king queen or the same hand king jack. But he bets the flop. He bets
But you never know.
half the flop with top pair.
See what
Has he
Sticky
done that
does here.
before?
Calls 3-bet, big 3-bet. Guy bets pot.
What happens if I re-raise?
I think this guy's got a pretty strong hand. He's just going for max value, trying to build a pot.
He shoves. I'm gonna re-raise him.
But either way, even if you get raised here and you got one pair.
I'm gonna re-raise him.
What up, Craig Thomas TV?
Well, I
Said he's
didn't think
sitting
I didn't
heads
think
up
I didn't
PLO
think-
500 right now. That's awesome, man. What side are you playing on, Craig?
What would he bet $655?
Thank you for the nice message. Thank you.
Pocket pair, right? Half right away.
Would this guy bet pot with
Thought about it for a long time.
would this guy bet
If he checks
C bet
it,
so
I'm just
big
gonna
and
go
bet pot? I think he's got a real
But-
strong hand.
But wait, let me read my notes on him. Hero called twice and bluffed with ace queen. Called
Aces,
king on
ace
nothing,
king.
called 700 with bottom pair. Fours,
Set
two
of
for a slow
kings.
played nuts.
That's what I'm putting this
Flop.
guy on.
Okay, this is what happened.
Or
exact
maybe queen
same thing
jack.
when he had the nuts. He bet half pot on the flop with the nuts, and then he checked the turn.
Right.
That's what he did when he had the nuts.
Wait, did he bet full pot? No, maybe he didn't
I'm just
bet
gonna check
pot in the
turn,
flop,
'cause
actually.
That's what he did when he had the nuts. So I'm just gonna assume, since the way he played previously, he has ace king. That's what I'm gonna go off of.
Nice read.
Off my notes. My note says he slow played the nuts on the flop. On the turn, he checked. Now he checked the river. Exact same situation. This is the exact same situation when he had the absolute nuts. When he had ace queen. The flop was
That's
the flop
probably not
was
his first time
king,
playing. I mean, I don't know.
queen, ace. The flop was king, queen, ace. I had queen, king, queen, and he had ace, queen. And he bet on the flop. He checked the turn and he checked the river when he had the nuts. So I'm gonna put him on ace, king right now. Ace, king, or king, queen. So we're just gonna check it.
He's going to check back. Oh, set of tens. Yeah, that makes sense.
He had the nuts.
Wow.
Just the different nuts.
He owns him so hard.
All right, that was a good read, Sticky Rice. That was a good fucking read. He flopped a set. That was a good read. Pats ourselves on the back. Good job for not.
Yeah, it
betting.
makes sense. That
Good job
guy,
for not betting. Good job for not betting. Wow.
nice
I'm
hand.
committing
What's
this-
up? What's up, Hyper Poker? What's happening, brother?
To a
Very nice move. Yeah, we heard the truth. We heard the truth on
I figured he had the nuts.
Mike Possible was on Mike
I guess
Manisov's
flop
stream.
nuts.
I think they're going to do
Pocket
another
tens
video
was
too,
the
I heard.
nuts.
Are they going to do another call or something like that? Another interview.
It off.
I mean,
Stop
honestly,
betting,
like,
have middle pair on a dry board.
You know, do you want it to continue or not? I mean, I don't really want to revisit this situation, but
Middle pair now. 30s as well now. I don't. Yo, hey.
just because it was made such a big deal about
ace nine
before
games.
that,
Hey man, do you have any advice to stop doing crack? Also, why?
you know, I mean, I don't know.
Like, is it my smile?
Obviously, people want to see it, or you're just
Yo,
going
are
to
you
keep
guys
talking about it until people
trolling
stop
with
wanting to hear you talk about it, right?
your
But
donations? Crack addict?
Can't touch
If I raise to 300, they
Yeah,
love
watching the guy look at his crotch here every single time. I mean, and making the. I mean, I
love
just
re-raising me.
really disheartened my life. So to watch that take place.
I gotta bet on the button. No, let's bet 400 a little bit.
Matasal's wife. Yeah, she's awesome. I
Love
liked her.
re-raising me. I'm gonna change my betting size. Because if I bet 300, which is my normal betting size, they love re-raising me, man.
So Sticky's going back after this guy.
Like this. All right, we have a backdoor.
John
flush
Herbie,
draw.
Joy, where you been? You were missed by many.
Right?
Taking time off. I was a lot on Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter. I'm not necessarily as active on YouTube or Instagram, but I like using Twitter a lot. So I've been spending my time
3 outs for the ace and 9 for the flush draw.
in Vegas,
9, 10,
quarantined,
12 times 2 is a 24% chance, which is
hanging with the
24 chances
bumster.
that we will hit a diamond or an ace.
A lot of studying, a lot of reading about other things outside of poker.
Which is
debating a
what
career
we could be
change.
playing with right now. I bet 400.
Would that describe me accurately? Yeah,
What-
pretty much.
what
Yeah.
do I think he
Basically,
does?
just debating what I want to do with my life moving forward. But I got a job to do in poker, and I'm gonna do it.
I'll bet here.
So these next 3 months, I'm gonna be doing a lot of content.
With my 25% chance of hitting a diamond or an ace. But even if I had an ace, it might not be good for me if I hit an ace. Because if he has a jack, 10 jack, queen jack,
Sticky's getting better, man. He's getting better at breaking these things down.
so we missed.
We gotta get this guy a solver, man.
Jack, he wins.
I want to work with. Oh, this guy got the nuts again. I want to work with Sticky and the solver, and I bet I can turn this into a fucking god.
Jack, queen, king, and he turned the nuts. Well, he had it straight on the turn. If we would have hit, yeah, gotta be queen.
This guy loves 3-betting from under the gun.
Flush.
Alex said, my plan for life is eating, sleeping, and exercising GTO. Yeah, I mean, listen, buddy. More power to you. That sounds like a peaceful way to be, honestly.
Still rolling you every hand.
All this other
Just
bullshit.
watching your stream. Check it. If you check it up, it'll
I
place
cannot
it.
wait
Check,
to be
check.
retired from doing any of this stuff ever again,
Just
and
stop. I need to limp in now?
living in the mountain,
Just re-raise them when they bet so much.
having a product that sells itself
Shit,
through
Steve,
marketing.
he's a genius.
Doesn't require me to be the face of it.
Fucking read, man. Good notes. Genius,
Cannot
boy.
wait.
You do not know what the nuts means. He is a very good read. Other dude is so tilted now. Take notes, man. Well played, I gotta say. Sick read. Sick read. Thank you. First, okay.
He's probably gonna give this one up.
Alright, we'll fold here to ace 10. Good read, bro. Very good. He didn't have the nuts. He's learning. This Sticky from 3 hours ago smashes all streets. You're finally learning for real, though. Keep up the good work.
I think tomorrow I'm gonna post a highlight video of. There's a lot of really cool scoops that happen with a lot of guys. I think Lex was in the mix a lot.
Just gotta take seat one.
Ben CB was in there as well too. So I'm gonna make some videos about some of those things as well.
The next biggest stack is like 6K.
I think those will be fun to watch back.
Nuts is the best
Craig
part
said, "Are you
of
still
it.
playing online poker?" I am playing a lot online. I got a 5K challenge series coming too, where I
Flop, he had the nuts.
I recorded a couple of my sessions. I should have recorded more sessions, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna record a couple sessions of me playing 2, 5, 10 PLO, starting with 500, trying to win 5K, and let's just say both sessions that I recorded back to back went pretty well. So I'm gonna make some content out of those sessions. I'm gonna start playing some heads up challenges too. There's some people I want to play against. I think that'd be fun content, and
If you're going to accept
do
the
more
donation-
podcasts as well too.
crap. You read the donation. Oh, I did read the donation.
Do
If
some
you're
more
going to accept the
podcasts as
donation,
well,
you
too.
Expect some of the craziest bullshit when you read that shit. If you're going to accept donations, I do accept donations, but I didn't realize that.
Work email, $5 donation. Thank you, work email. It's a very strange
Retarded
name.
donate across the world. I don't know.
Thank you.
You know.
Daniel here. I thought Doug P was going to go hard on content. He's breaking, you're baking. Who do I watch? I'm going to be doing content pretty consistently for the next couple months here.
You guys.
So I am not going to. But Doug seems to be done. I think Doug maybe thought his new channel was going to go a little differently. Maybe he just didn't enjoy it. Maybe he's working on an opportunity right now.
There's nothing in the pot. I really don't need a bet with my 9 here. I'll fold. He can have it with his ace. Fuck it.
Monster Ranch Joy, you lawyered up just in case Possible comes after you. Definitely talk with lawyers about the situation, and it is what it is, right? Whatever happens, happens, man.
Incoming bluff shot.
If I get a chance
Poker, counter-strike, and
to
nares.
prove a case in a court,
Bro underscore because I am him.
they'll give me something to be real fired up about. So
Bro.
whatever happens, happens, man.
Oh, shit,
Whatever it is.
Yo,
Listen,
Crow.
man.
Yo.
Let the bottles vatter already.
Yo,
We're ready to
Crow.
go.
Crow,
We're ready,
Crow.
man. All right.
Yo, Crow, what's good, bro? So
Because then I'll be
funny, bro.
incentivized to actually try.
The
Right
reason
now,
I know about you, Crow,
there isn't really
is
much
because
incentive for
every
me
single
to
person in my stream, like, I'm not
explore
hype
the
right
matter
now,
publicly
but
anymore.
when I do get hype,
Especially if it can
everybody in my
result
stream
in
says I'm
who
like
knows what.
you,
I don't even know
or
what it could
we're
result.
like
I didn't
the same,
anticipate what it
and I'm
resulted
like,
in last time.
Who is this guy, Crow?
So.
And I go to your stream, right? You're doing a case opening. You grab your fucking chair and you throw it at your computer. I was like, all right, this motherfucker.
Gavin Clark Show. I've been going through old pods recently and picking up a lot of wisdom. I was wondering if you know what Lafort has been doing, if he can come back on the pod. I do know Lafort. Lafort seems like he is.
The previous donation.
You actually haven't talked to him in a long time. I don't know what he's doing.
Did you just call my donation
Working out.
Troll, you slimy cutie? You have no clue what amount of wrath you just brought upon yourself. Me and Brian's
I don't know
mom
what
are
he's
going
doing. Working
to the
out,
Twitch police, and the
playing
consequences
playing
will
some
never
poker
be the
online,
same.
doing some trading. I'm sure a
no.
lot of people are getting into trading right now. He was always big into working out,
feel like playing
investments and
it tonight
stuff like
because I know
that.
they're
So
gonna
he's
be
probably
raising
just doing more of
Yeah, I'm
that
telling
because
other people to just stop.
those are still very
All this makes
profitable
me
areas. Instead of spending his time in markets that are rapidly declining, he's probably finding the markets which are getting bigger and bigger. Industries that are growing and growing.
Crow in the building. StickyRice, you gotta slow
Craig
down
said,
when
"Chalk
you
me up for a heads up challenge if you." Yeah, if I can,
I know.
I'll probably play. I would
Yo,
play heads up against people
we're
who
up
want to do
$30,000
content, who
though.
want to be known, who want to get
We're
themselves
up
out
this
there,
much.
who have a good
We gotta-
personality,
we
who
gotta
want to
fucking,
do PR.
gotta
Because
get
I'm not
more.
going to
Gotta
do a
get-
heads up challenge against somebody
If
that
I can take
doesn't want to do any
this
PR.
$10,000, that'd be great. 6, 7, 8, 9. Whoa, 6, 7, 8, 9. We do not have a straight. Let's check. I have ace high dog. Alright, he wins. 6, 7, 8.
Our poker games running in Vegas. They are. There's a lot of games running out here right now. Monster Hands. New casinos just opened up, so there's more poker rooms that are open right now.
Yo. I gotta go let Chris tits fight off the weddings. Alright, from girl. One pound, but. Oh shit.
I'm
Right?
gonna watch this for a little bit longer, guys. Then
We're down, but we're up.
we're taking off here.
Huh? Yo, Crow's in my stream.
Wanted to put together a stream today.
He's
Kind of get myself back in the mix a little bit.
No.
I haven't done content in a while.
Crow is who are you, Crow?
Yeah, trading is dead. He
He's
says
the crazy
investing.
guy.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I meant. More
Remember,
investing,
you know
I
how
guess.
Other people said that I'm like.
More investing,
Yeah,
not necessarily
and he threw
trading.
his chair at the fucking computer, motherfucking crazy motherfucker. Yeah. Crow's here. He's right there. Dude.
I don't know who this guy is.
There's another guy just like you. He fucking
But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here in about 5 minutes here, guys. So I appreciate everybody tuning in.
Who's that?
he got kicked out of his
For people that did, I haven't done any live streams in quite a long time.
Dirty skinned.
Yo, this is crazy.
They are swapping out decks, I believe, for 5-handed play.
Still 35K road to 50.
I don't know what the status of my stream is. 35.
Scuffed Comedy, you need to start a digital marketing agency focused on poker. Easy money right there. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of easy money out there. It just depends what I want to do.
Fuck you, Twitch. Yo, if you guys don't know, this is my homie Beetleman. His Twitch.
Shout out to Beetleman.
I'll write it in here. You
Not
can-
everyone's wearing gloves out here. No. There's not much precaution being taken place out here right now.
You're about to write poker chat.
I know, but they can still see it.
Oh yeah.
There's not
Twitch.tv/.
much being taken
I'll write
place
it
right
in
now.
chat. Twitch.tv/.
5 minutes later.
Yeah, I know, and then 5 minutes later they're gonna see it. So that's why I was gonna write.
I need a new title for this video. I don't know what I'm gonna make it though. Much love, Eden. Much love. Thank you, Eden. Eden made a nice, cool little jingle for
He
me
thinks I got raided. What the
that I can use in the future. I don't know what capacity I'll use it or not, so we'll see.
That's Stewie 2K. He's
I need a title for this video. Maybe something where
Guys?
4K to something or
Guys?
some shit like that.
All right, hold on. All right, so we have a backdoor flush draw, which is 36% chance of hitting a flush, which is good enough. Good enough. We need to build up the pot. Right now the pot's small as shit. So let's build up the pot. I'm gonna bet 550. I have the second nuts if we hit right now. So there's 36% chance of hitting a spade. I'm trying to build up the pot. Hopefully he calls. Give me an as.
I like this title better.
Take that nut.
Turning $4,000 into $38,000, running like a god.
9K is what he's saying. You should raise to
Whatever it's called.
he called me. I would miss. Now we have a 9 times 2. We have an 18% chance. Come on.
Maybe that would imply I am doing that.
I'm gonna probably take this guy for a lot of money.
Crazy guy.
Crazy.
I like that better.
7, 8.
I don't want to imply I'm doing it.
Might even still be able to take a 10.
Some people just keep asking questions, don't they?
Actually, I'll bet pot size.
Crazy guy turns $4,000 into
I want to build up that pot, man. If I hit that freaking spade,
$38,000 right now.
you're going
Yeah.
down, bro. If I hit that spade, I'm taking all your
I like that better.
If I hit
Back
that
in the
spade,
straddle, would that be the name for what?
3,000. It's gonna be for. It's. No, because I'm betting. Most people don't bet on flush draws. We have the absolute. We're about to take. He can't have that. He can't have the ace. He can't have the ace of spades, bro. Because I have the king. I have the absolute nuts.
I love how happy they are.
Oh my god. Oh my god. How do we play this though? How do we play this? How do we play this?
He's all in.
He's not all in. There's 7,000. There's 7,000.
How much is he gonna bet?
The pot's only 4,000. If I go all in, that's a lot. He might not think I have. I can't just shove all in. I gotta take the time to
What's
think
that?
about this. What could he have?
Oh,
that he would
should I try
call
it?
with? He could have.
Let's do it.
Set, queen ace. Take the time. We have the absolute nuts right here. If I shove
I think
all
he's
in,
gonna
he'll
go all
just
in.
fold, and that's $3,000 for us. If I bet half pot, that's 2,000. A little bit more than half pot.
Man.
I have the nuts, but I gotta figure out how to get all the money out of him. No, if I go all in, he'll fold.
This says how many crooked home games
Bet
you've been to.
3,000,
I have no
that's
idea.
not enough. Like
I didn't
3,000.
know about crooked
It's a
home
little
games
bit less
until
than half pot. Like
I didn't know how
3,000.
prevalent they
Hopefully
were
he'll
out there.
re-raise. If he re-raises me, we have the absolute nuts.
Chandler, you consider Joey, you consider
This
doing
is what
analytics
he's
for a
crazy. If he
casino
re-raises me,
or one of
it's
those new
snap.
sports betting websites?
It's
You already have
like,
extensive
why?
marketing
If you're
experience in
really-
adjacent
yeah, he
market.
is. He's thinking, fuck, he just called.
Man, he kills him. $9,000
There we
pot,
go.
killing
We
it.
took him. Now,
No, I don't know, man. I've thought about getting into sports betting, but I'm not sure what I want to do. If more behind the scenes or in front of the camera. I know I want to work more behind the camera or behind the scenes, but
People don't bet on flush draws. Holy fuck.
doing content all the time can be
All right, let's find out what he had.
exhausting.
Now let's find out what he had.
Or I need a better streamlined system where I don't do all the editing, research. I do all the editing, create part research, marketing, everything that goes along with it. I basically do everything myself, so it's a lot of work that you do. Whereas you look at how other companies scale their operations for content creation or for media companies, they have people that handle the creation, handle the research, they handle writing. It's a collaborative process with everything. They have people working with them behind the scenes on the business side of things to help them make money, to better grow their operation and improve their quality. So once I really realized like what good companies are doing, I said, oh my God, like I'm doing all this stuff myself. And of course I get burnt out because I'm doing so much for trying to run an Instagram account, trying to run a Twitter account, trying to run a YouTube account, trying to come up with the ideas, trying to keep in touch with everybody, trying to keep my knowledge of the world in a poker high, trying to make sure relationships going well, trying to make sure friendships are going well, trying to make sure your health going well, and so it's a lot of stuff that I try to manage, and I tend to be a little bit over obsessed and unbalanced in the past in order to get to this point in time. So I don't know, trying to not necessarily do that anymore.
I should have shoved. But I didn't put him on any hands, so
Which is weird.
unfortunately, I didn't know how much to bet, so that was my downfall of not
Doesn't
just
taste bad,
being
I
an
guess.
inexperienced player.
All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to take it out. Maybe I can do a video tomorrow. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Poker Pro Eric Greer. Frank FTV. Tygo 2. Super Aptoid Puppy. What's happening, brother? Work email. Shambler. Zachary Weatherford. Alex 7. Balls in 600. Balls in. I like that name. Okay. JRL 41. Scuffed Comedy. I need a team. Yeah, in Derry, right? I got some people that help me out, but I need to utilize them better. I'm used to doing everything myself, so it's a different process to have somebody do things with you. No. Car fan. Much love, guys. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Craig Thomas. I'll be back soon. Anthony Hawk. Monster Hands. Greg C. Peace out.